You got it locked on Roadium Radio.
Due to circumstances beyond anyone's control, Dr. Dre is in the motherfucking house. So right about now, and I say, yo Steve, are you with me? ICE, are you with me?
Here's a little something by a nigga like me that never should've let me buy tape from Steve. Ice Cube would like to play dope shit mixed by Dr. Dre. Since I was a youth, I like COMPTON. Now I like the motherfucking Roadium. Buying a tape or two, that's what the hell I do. You don't like Tony A? Well, fuck you, this is a game, and I'm in it. Ice Cube will fuck you up in a minute with a right, left, right, making you sick. And then you see Tony A is on the mix.
Tony A! Tony A! When you're ready, go.
And welcome back, everyone, to Roadium Radio, episode 232. And before I introduce my amazing guest, just a few minor announcements. I'm sporting, once again, Chicano Style TV. I want to give a shout out to my boy, Cardo Mack. We had a great time when I interviewed him here. The very next day, he actually interviewed me. So be checking out his YouTube page because that interview should be out hopefully sometime this week or next week. He didn't give me a specific date, but check out my interview with Cardo Mack, once again, Chicano Style TV. This guy's been podcasting for a couple of years, actually several years. Check out his story. I think it's very, very intriguing. Other than that, if you want to continue to submit your music to roadiumradio@gmail.com, you know what? I say this every week. Every show, submit your music to roadiumradio@gmail.com. And people still DM me, they still inbox me and ask me, how do I submit my music? If you watch the show, it's up on the screen. Submit your music along with videos and a short bio. Short bios always help. And if you're one of those rappers say, I don't need a bio, you already know who, or you're supposed to know who I am, then you're probably not going to get anywhere because nobody knows who you are. Okay? So once again, get a bio. Okay? Other than that, verses. This Sunday, verse for verse. I got 2 females coming through. Make sure you guys subscribe, like, comment. I don't care if you dislike or comment negative, as long as you guys watch, it doesn't matter. Verse for verse, because Raza's got talent, all right? Other than that, my guest, I don't even know how to introduce this guy. This guy has just so much body of work out there. All you DJs out there that have been DJing for years, tune in. You guys are going to learn something. It's about time that we bring in, at least in my opinion, a legend like this man. We brought him in. He's here. He's going to school us. DJ Rectangle, how you doing? Teach us something, brother.
I'm here. Honestly, I was looking in your cabinet over there.
Yes.
Right? And see some really interesting things you got there.
Oh, okay, yeah.
One, I call the Starship Enterprise Mixer.
Yes.
The 19-inch that we all started on.
Yes.
Before they started making battle mixers.
Yes.
And things that were convenient, where
Right.
everything just didn't break nonstop, especially when you're performing.
Right.
And the other thing is a flash former.
Yes.
What are you doing with one of those things? I love them, though, by the way.
Right.
But I have not seen one since I've been over by your cabinet there.
Okay. Well, you know what? Let me just share that with you really quick.
Yeah.
The very first record that I ever did scratching on was for a song called You Better Think. The executive producer was Kelvin Anderson, the owner of VIP Records. He had started up his own record label called Thin Line in 1987. The producer of that song was Sir Jinx, who was probably around 16, 17 years old, and the rapper was Dazzy D. So I did some scratching on that record. So it comes out. We get shows now. One of our first shows is in Compton at Skateland. So we're there. I'm cutting and scratching. Bass had just come out from King T. Poo, drop, that, bait. I was doing all that. King T comes out. I see him. I'm all starstruck. I turn around, and to my surprise, I see Grandmaster Flash, Melly Mel, and the whole crew.
Crazy.
And I was like, holy shit, they're here? And he said, that was our surprise guest. They're telling us this. But nobody was there. It was empty. it was empty. So Grandmaster Flash,
Crazy.
yeah, he walks up to me and he says, hey, you know what? Can you plug this in?
Yeah.
Jim and I just gave me a deal, and it's called the Flash Former. Because he saw me with the phono line buttons transforming.
Right.
So we hooked it up, and then he was just, and I thought that was kind of cheesy, but yeah, but it's Grandmaster Flash, okay?
Right.
So I said, okay, that's, it's cool. So then he goes, I was going to give them away. He goes, but nobody showed up. You could have that one. So that's the one.
Crazy. Crazy.
Yeah, man. So anyways, man, I know it's Wednesday. Let's go back to the weekend. How's your weekend been, man?
This last weekend when we did a gig.
Okay.
Dropped a new mixtape. I still make mixtapes. I've heard a rumor that you've made a few mixtapes.
Yeah, that's the rumor. That's the rumor.
See, we were talking before this, and what many people may or may not know, both produce records.
Yes.
DJ,
Yes.
perform with groups.
Yes.
Make mixtapes.
Yes.
And I think that's a big part of it.
Yes.
I was just saying, if you've ever bought a mixtape or heard a mixtape from the West Coast, the likelihood that it was probably one of ours pretty high.
Pretty high. Yes. Yes. I've had guys that have told me that they were stationed in Germany and told me they've gone to clubs. And I'll be honest with you, to me, this is very hard to believe, but he said, and this was in 1988 when I dropped a mixtape called 88 Boom and Bass, and he said they were playing that mixtape in the club. And I was like, are you serious? He goes, bro, I wouldn't lie to you. And he's from...
I believe that was like probably one of the first ones I heard from you that you did, but I didn't know you were the guy doing them at the time. But those things would find a way, like the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park, man. They'd be everywhere.
Yes.
Story about that. The first time I went to Russia, I didn't know anybody over there, and someone wanted to book me over there to do a club. And so I get over there, and the people that were running the club are like, I've been listening to your mixtapes my whole life. I'm like,
wow.
How did these things get over there?
Yes.
And like same with a lot of Europe countries and everything, because I think a lot of people, they'd come to LA and these things would just be, like
right.
DJs, producers, it's a different time. There's no internet, so you go to record stores and they'd be in the stores and, they'd leave, they go back overseas. Like a lot of people would come to the U.S. to get records. LA, New York, big 12-inch vinyl, places. But, those mixtapes, they would circulate, though.
How would that make you feel knowing that somebody in Russia told you, I grew up listening to your mixtapes?
Honestly, it's at that moment, I'm like, this is crazy,
Yes, yes.
My mixtapes opened the door for me to DJ in Russia for the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I shared this before, but I'm going to confess this to you. Let me rephrase. I was going to say I never got to go overseas. No, I chose not to go overseas. And I'm going to tell you why. In the early 90s, my manager, rest in peace, Steve Yano, was always booking me on DJ tours. I got invited to go to Japan, Australia, Canada, Germany, Israel. And I turned them all down. And I'll be honest with you, I was producing. I was more in love with producing now.
Right.
I had felt like I had graduated, so I'm producing now.
Right.
And I was like, Steve, you know what? Frost called me. He wanted me to do some tracks for him. Lighter Shade called me. They wanted me to do some tracks for them. And I'm just busy right now. And he had a group called Proper Those that he was thinking about having me do like some remixes for and I was like, I turned them all down. And let me tell you why I regret that. And it's one of my biggest regrets as a DJ because those invitations never came back around.
Well, I mean, who knows? Maybe we drop some mixtapes. It's a powerhouse right here.
Yes.
Yes. Never know what could come out of this. We might have to collab on some new mixtapes. I don't know.
Hey, you know what? I would love that, man.
See some new Tony A rectangle. There aren't many people I would actually do a mixtape with. But, I mean, what people don't understand, you're a real heavy influence with the style, the mega mixing, like in the beginning with the 4-tracking, like even from late 80s, early 90s on. And it's hard to balance that, because if you make, a lot of people make mixtapes, a lot of DJs do.
Yes.
But I think there's a different level of care to some over others, different styles. The West Coast mixtape, real heavy, mega mix in the beginning, and skills and scratching, and I just think the quality of all that stuff from mainly the Roadium, like even Dre's mixtapes.
Yes,
I understand Dre kind of handed that over to you, you know, and they're just very unique for hip hop, you know, on the West Coast, like compared to New York mixtape.
Yes, and you know, I was very blessed and fortunate to have been asked to take over the mixtapes, and the only reason why I was asked is because Dre, I had went to Jinx's house, and that's when Dre was living with them, so he had saw me cut it up.
Yeah.
And he just told me, hey, you know what? And I was there a couple of times when he was doing his, and to me, Dr. Dre wasn't NWA. He was the world-class wrecking crew, Dr. Dre, you know. So just to be in his presence, not knowing that he was broke and living with his cousin, but that didn't matter to guys like us, because we loved what he did, you know.
Well, we were also broke.
Broke too. Exactly.
So, you know, we had talked a little bit before, and before I forget, when I started, well, I'm originally from Wisconsin.
Okay,
so
let's start there.
We'll get that out, you know. And over there, I was still young, but hip hop was kind of starting. And when I was 13, like 1983, a family moved to California, moved to San Diego, and then I slowly started going back. The only place to get stuff done at that time, probably late 80s, early 90s, you'd have to go to L.A. like to cut a record.
Right.
All the dope record stores, they had a couple in San Diego, and we had a swap meet over there too. That you know. You could get some things, but, you know, it was about hunting. It's like you couldn't just go on. The internet didn't exist. So you have to hunt for records, rare records, good records. You know, it's just a different time.
Right.
And, so the first battle I entered, I was going by Scott. My real name's Scott, just for everyone out there that doesn't even know who Rectangle is. Right. But I entered a battle, and I had a group called Right Angle, and the MC was Square.
Okay.
You know, E Square, and he's like, "You're going to be Rectangle." I suppose it's better than Scott, and it just stuck. You know.
Okay.
And I wanted to spell it with a W, like
Right.
You know, and
You're
then
about
they
to wreck it.
misspelled the name, and just that stuck too. Like,
okay.
So I rolled with it. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should have stayed with Scott. I don't know. Tough call. But
okay.
There's like so many different things I'm trying to stay on course
and
here.
believe me, I know you're a man full of stories.
I just wanted to get that out of the way, because a lot of people thought I was from San Diego, but it just stemmed from that first DJ battle that I happened to win at, you know.
Okay.
And it just...
I want to take it back just a little bit for the fans who are fans of Rectangle. How did you get introduced to DJing? What was it that made you want to become a DJ? And how old were you?
It's probably a combination of two things.
Okay.
And that probably started when I was like 15.
Okay.
I heard someone blend two records, and it was like the most amazing thing to me.
Yeah.
Like they're playing two records.
Yeah, it's a beautiful sound that we hear.
And yeah, I can't really describe it, but yeah, it's like really amazing to hear someone like on beat, the songs are playing, and it sounds cool. You're creating something new, and it's like a flawless mix, you know. And my first mixtapes would be like the tape deck kind, where
the pause button
the
stuff.
Pause button, you try to pause one, then you try to start one on the beat, and then I learned, you know, about mixers and all that other stuff. That was a slow progression.
Okay,
you know,
okay. Now, when you heard this blend, did you actually see somebody? Was it on the radio? Was it a cassette?
I would do it off the radio. It would be, you'd listen for your songs, and then I always wanted to get it after, the person was talking, right?
Yeah.
So I wanted to make a tape without the talking on it, which, is the opposite of like New York mixtapes, because there's a lot of MC work over there.
Right.
West Coast is more about blending and wordplay,
Right.
Two completely different styles.
Yeah. Okay.
Mixing. But yeah, it would start with the pause mixing.
Okay.
And I've seen DJs, you can bend the pitch on a tape deck. You can turn them with your hands, and you can actually like pitch mix on two cassettes. But
okay, yeah. 'Cause I know on boom boxes, they used to have two cassette with the pitch as well. Yeah, they used to have that.
Dope.
Now let me ask you this. Okay, so you heard your first experience with blending. I mean, your first experience was blending.
Right.
How did you, or where did you hear scratching, and what intrigued you to tap into that?
Well, that's a tough one, because two things. I think at that time, Arsenio Hall had third base's DJ on, Richie Rich, and he had done a couple tricks. That had a big impact on me.
Oh, wow, okay.
And then the other thing, when I started DJing, when I was like 16 in a club, we had this warehouse called the Distillery in San Diego.
Okay.
And the owner had some legal problems, so he put my friend in charge of the club, who was Trick, and he was in a group called the Mixmasters.
Okay.
So the DJ in his group was Tony G.
Oh.
So Tony G would come in to the club,
Right.
and he would tear it up. That watching that firsthand, to this day, that dude, crazy respect to Tony G.
Of course.
It's like, Eric V calls him Yoda. Yeah, but those would be like the first two things I saw, those two DJs.
Now, soon after, because I like details. Did you start practicing like how did that evolve into who you are now? Like, that's what I'm saying. When did you start getting your own stuff? Like, I want to do this. I want to practice this.
Well, I guess you start with blending, and I went to this club. It's an 18 up club, but we got in while we were a little younger.
Okay.
And part of it would, the guy would do cueing, you do a little scratching. This guy's name is Cool Terry. Okay. I'm like, wow, this guy's really, really popular, because all the girls come up and you're like, this guy knows all the girls. And later, they're just giving them their purse, their coat. They're asking for drink tickets.
Exactly.
And, you learn all this stuff, the dark side of DJing later. But I'm like, man, this guy's popular. I want, that I want to be that guy, and I guess we would have guests in that club that would come down, my friend would bring acts in from LA. He brought Ice-T down.
Dope.
And the Rhyme Syndicate, and they had a DJ there. I just forgive me for not knowing his name, but he was with one of the groups. But he did a backspin, like the first time I ever saw that live.
Right.
And the crowd reaction
was
just
insane.
Nuts.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, so I started practicing that.
Oh.
And the recording, it would just be clever ways to kind of cut things in that didn't really go, and that, I guess, it kind of progressed from that. And the people that I would see that would roll through that club probably would be the most influence,
At that time, did you already have your own stuff already at home? Or did you just go practice,
I think I got the first turntable, because I started with one.
Me too.
And then I had a tape deck. So I would try to match the beat to the tape deck.
Of course. Yeah.
And then you'd cue and practice. You could practice cutting that way. You can't really go back and forth, But I think there was more cutting in the beginning phases, and then it just progressed into formatting and seeing the other DJs, what songs the crowd would respond to.
Yes.
You know,
Reading the crowd.
reading the crowd. Yeah.
Yes. You know what? And I love these stories because for me, I had one turntable. Man, I still remember I had one raggedy ass. It was a Technique, but it wasn't a 1200 just yet.
Right.
So I would practice with my left hand, then put the mixer on this side, practice with my right hand.
Yeah.
And I'd sometimes scratch and envision that I had 2 turntables because I couldn't afford those bastards.
Right.
But eventually I ended up getting my turntables, and it was like, this was like everything, my Millennium Falcon. Like, this is everything
Yeah,
to me.
yeah.
You know, my homies used to like, come on, we're going to go out. We got some girls, we got some 40s, we're going to go to a hotel room. Fuck that. I'm staying home and I'm practicing.
Yeah.
I loved music, DJing, cutting, scratching, blending more than I wanted to go around, screw around with girls.
Yeah.
That was just me. I loved to practice. And I'm glad you said that when you said you saw that guy turn around and he was, spinning.
Yeah,
because when I saw Grandmaster Flash, I felt the same way.
Yeah.
So
It was, well, I've never seen it before. And
right.
party rocking one thing, but
Mm-hmm.
just the crowd response still, off of that was like, okay, that's what I want to do.
Yeah. Okay.
That really kind of inspired me to start DJ battling,
Okay. So let me ask you this. Do you believe scratching came easy to you, man? Like, do you believe you were a natural? Because I can say yes for you because I seen you. Okay. But
No.
really, you
No. My early mixtapes, really bad, man. I mean, I never distributed and never will, but
Okay.
they were really bad. But, part of that is because I grew up listening to just everything, So
Right.
my first stuff would be like Linda Ronstadt mixed with Afro-Rican mixed with some freestyle,
Right.
And it's like mainly beat matching and then my scratching was really, really elementary and,
okay.
at the time, but I was more concerned with just the blending and the formatting,
Okay. So you practiced for how long before you enter your first battle of the DJ? From the time that you started cutting, scratching, blending to the time that you entered your first battle, how long would you say that was?
I'm going to say it was probably about 5 years.
Okay.
5. I think it was about 18, 19.
So you were ready.
Yeah.
And you entered your first battle, and where was this at?
It's in Tijuana. And it was a record store because I was making mixtapes already by
okay.
89.
Okay.
And I go in there and I get records and I asked them to carry my mixtapes and they were helping me out. It was a store called ACNS in San Diego.
Okay.
And they threw a DJ battle that if you won it, you would get a slot to this year, I think, that year, I think it was 1989, 90,
Okay.
right around there. They had these DJs in New York, and I had never been to New York. That there was a battle that Clark Kent would throw called Superman battle.
Okay.
I believe.
Clark Kent, for the people that may not know, that's Dana Dane's DJ at the time, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And they'd have this seminar that would just be everybody in the music industry. There'd be panels and people would go and talk about how to make a record, what labels they're looking for, because people they couldn't do it. You had to have like a label back then to be heard or distributed. Very different world than we live in right now.
I'm glad you're bringing that up.
Yeah, and they would showcase. They had a MC battle and a DJ battle, and they were done in heats. It would be like head to head, like you and I would battle.
Right.
I'd go for a minute and a half, then you go for a minute and a half. I probably get one more round, you get a round, and then pretty much whatever the crowd says wins.
Right.
It's like a direct battle. Which I like that.
Yes, of course.
Because it's like it's very final. Like there's no question who won that.
Right.
There's the crowd judges.
Right.
It's not like a panel of your peers.
Right,
You
right,
know.
right. Yeah.
There's not as much politics. I prefer that type of battle.
Now, let me ask you this. Were you able to take your own gear, or was the gear already there? Because for me, whenever I would enter a contest,
Yeah.
I would always ask, can I take my own gear? And they'll say, yeah. You know what's crazy? I would always take that big-ass fucking mixer. You know, because we didn't have small, you know. So.
I always liked the phono line switch because
Same here.
All the faders at that time were really they're sticky. You had to work them in, or you had to MacGyver something. You had to take a razor blade and cut out a piece so it would move. And then
somebody told me to put oil, so one time I did that just to get it, but it ruined my fader. So
I mean, they just didn't make DJs for cutting. They were more so for like blending or, you know, house DJs. You know,
exactly.
A ton of stuff you didn't need on them, which, you know, which would break. But I like the cleanness of the phono line switch.
Yes.
And I still prefer it, you know. When I record scratches now, I still like to use a phono line switch.
Oh, that's dope.
You know?
So you enter this battle, and a minute and a half. So some people may think that's it. If you're a dope DJ, that's enough.
It is. It is.
It's enough.
It is.
So you entered it. How many rounds did you go, and who won?
Well, starting back to the Tijuana thing.
Yes.
I think I went against a radio DJ at the time. It's like I want to say his name is Joe Rodriguez, I think. And first round, I get up because you have 2 chances to beat this guy. And Kid Frost is on the mic.
Really?
Yeah, he's the one just moderating this battle. You know, I just walked right into it. DJ Aladdin was there with low profile.
Yeah.
And they're performing, and I had practiced so hard to get into this battle, you know? And I had like auditioned like 3 times. They kept telling me, no, you're not good enough. No, you're not good enough. Yeah. And then the third one, I had learned some new stuff, and I just really, you know, and they're like, okay, we'll let you in. I don't know if it's like sympathy, like this guy won't give up, you know? Yeah, because I had the deadly combo at this time.
Okay.
We could remind me about the deadly combo.
Yes.
What's the deadly combo?
Okay.
Okay. And anyways, so I get there, I'm talking to the other DJs. I'm like, man, those auditions were pretty hard. And they're like, well, what auditions, you know?
Oh, that's what.
Yeah. But the fact that they kept telling me no kept making me go back to the drawing board and practice harder, you know?
Yeah.
So, and this is funny. I had my friends come down. I came down there with like 5 or 6 friends, my girlfriend at the time, you know? First round, I'm like, okay, I have real nice sweatsuit on, you know? It's like, and I'm ready. Start to do something, just totally fucked up.
Really?
Horrible. It was horrendous the first round, and it was like silent. You know the feeling you
want to get away,
dude. And my girlfriend was there, and it was silent, and it was just like it just kept skipping. You know, we're on those tables. It was like they didn't have. It was just decks on like a bent picnic table, you know, and a Gemini mixer, and I just couldn't, you know, get it cracking. I was just like, oh. And another guy comes on, and he's like scratching its time, you know. It's like really clean, really nice. The crowd, of course, applauds, and I'm like, oh my God. At this point, you know, nothing to lose. So I take my sweats off, I take my shoes off.
Really?
Yeah, because I wanted to pretend I was in my bedroom. Like that's like I practiced a billion times.
Wow.
I'm like, you know, I already made an idiot out of myself. Right now, I don't have anything to lose. So that's when I just did every trick that I knew. I like pulled out everything, and that the crowd just went crazy, and it was like complete opposite of the first time, you know, and nothing skipped. I did everything flawless. I think it's like I'm going to get down to the deadly combination here. Okay. I'm just going to mention it. It's like, so at this time, you know, I didn't have a name, nobody. Super skinny, super nerdy, no fashion sense whatsoever. I mean, whatsoever. It's like, I don't even know if my socks matched. It was just, it was a nightmare.
Right.
Broke as fuck, right? But I was listening to Anthony Robbins, right?
Okay.
Now, I'm sure people know Anthony Robbins.
They better have not Google him.
There it is. And, you know, like that will give you some confidence, you know? And it's like, at that point I had nothing to lose. So, you know, then I was just suddenly calm, did everything, and then went on and won that battle, which got me the first battle in Clark Kent's.
Okay. Before we get to that, I want to ask you one question before we got about a minute before we go to break. Yeah. Do you remember anything that Anthony Robbins might have said, maybe in a speech, in a lecture, something that stuck to you that said, okay, I got to turn this around right now for that victory?
I think I used to call it the monster quality because there are people you hang out with that aren't motivated, that don't have goals. And, you know, you kind of pick up things with the people you hang out with.
Yes.
So you gotta cut people that aren't goal driven, that don't have goals, you know, because it kind of affects your movement.
Yes, I'm glad you're speaking on that.
Yeah, and so if anything, like that, I got from that, and I've seen a couple recent ones because that guy's still giving speeches too. Yeah, you know, but he'll make people do some pretty drastic things, you know. Yeah. One example, he asked a woman, "Are you happy in your relationship? Are you going to marry this guy?" And she's like, "I don't think so." And he's like, "Call him right now and break up."
Really?
Yeah, and you can find it. It's on YouTube somewhere. So this woman, you know, gets on the phone in front of the whole crowd and calls him and said, "I don't think this is going anywhere. I think we need to break up." And he's like, "You bitch!" And I'm like, you know, it's like that's pretty freaking drastic, right? But that's, you know, sometimes you got to make drastic decisions. You know, you have to have that tunnel vision, and you know, it's kind of like an airplane. You have your target and you're flying. You get maybe pushed around by wind, but you can correct it. And as long as you're headed towards your goal, you're good. No,
you know what? And you're absolutely right. You got to cut off what I call a lot of dead weight. You know, I see a lot of quotes. Like one was, "Stay away from still people, still complaining, still broke. You know, still hating, stay away from those people. You know, they're not going to get anywhere." Or another one was pretty much, man, there's just so many that encourage me when I see them because they are so true. You know, when I was younger, and my mom saw all my friends, she told me one day, "Those are all your friends?" He goes, "I'm gonna tell you your future." Yep. And it's very, very true. So, but I think at that time, I guess you gathered yourself and you said, "Fuck, I got to get my shit together, or else I'm done." You know? Okay. So we're gonna come back after this 10-minute break, and we're gonna talk about you going to New York. Okay. All right. Okay, everybody. Once again, call somebody, text somebody, slap the shit out of somebody, and let them know that DJ Rectangle's in the motherfucking building. We'll be back 10 minutes, yo.
All right, what up? It's your boy King Cash right here at Roadium Radio with the homie Tony A, the Wizard. Make sure you guys subscribe.
Yo, what up? It's your boy Trouble P here at Roadium Radio with your boy Tony A, the Wizard. Make sure y'all subscribe and tune in. West Coast.
Yo, what it do? This your boy, Big Havoc. One Hood Admiral, South Central Cartel General. And you're tuned in to Roadium Radio with my boy, Tony A, the Wizard. Stay locked in.
Hello everybody, this is Rocky Padilla, and you're listening to Roadium Radio with Tony A, the Wizard.
Hey, what's up my people? Hey, Trouble Kid right here, you know, in the house. Shout out to Tony A, the Wizard, and shout out Roadium Radio. Much love. Thank you for having me.
What up, world? It's YQ, Young Quicks, and right now you're listening to the OG Tony A, the Wizard on Roadium Radio. Make sure to keep it locked, subscribe, comment, hate. It don't matter, man. We getting to it. Little 5 stand up.
Hey, what up? It's your boy Mark Cruz. You're now tuned in to Roadium Radio with Tony A, the Wizard, the Legend. Tap in.
What's happening, everybody? It's your boy Queenie. You're tuned into Roadium Radio. Check my man Tony A. the Wizard every Wednesday and Sunday. Stay tuned. Comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. You know what it is.
What's up, pimpin'? It's your boy Johnny Boy, aka Mr. Las Vegas, at Roadium Radio with your boy Tony A. the Wizard. Yes, catch us every Wednesday and Sunday. Yeah.
Hey y'all, this is Elia Cadena here at Roadium Radio with motherfucking Tony A. the Wizard. Make sure you guys subscribe, like, and share.
Can I get a moment of your time? Hey, it's your boy Lucky Sun Zoo from Hood Starks Podcast. Hey, fuck with one of the best podcasts in the game, Tony A. the Wizard, Roadium Radio. Don't motherfucking play with it. Don't sleep on it. Hey, H.A., stand the fuck up. Yes, sir.
What's up? This is Clever from the brown side. Make sure you guys tune in to Roadium Radio with Tony A. the Wizard. If not, you're a bitch.
What's cracking? It's your boy Young Thrive right here with the homie Tony A. the Wizard on Roadium Radio. Don't forget to subscribe, man. Check out the best interviews on the West Coast. Yeah.
I'm on the Roadium Radio. What up? It's ODM from Lighter Shade of Brown. You know, your daddy's favorite rapper, your mama's favorite DJ, plus that YouTube star. You know what I mean? RBG fam. Lighter Shade all day with the homie Tony A. Right here, Roadium Radio, Sundays and Wednesdays. Let's go.
What's up, y'all? This is Dalia Coronado. I'm here on Roadium Radio, and you can tune in on Sundays and Wednesdays with Tony A, the motherfucking Wizard.
What's up, y'all? This is your boy Raz Kaz, and you are tuned into Roadium Radio with my big homie, Tony A, the Wizard. What's up?
This is Truth with Tony A, the Wizard at Roadium Radio. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, live Wednesdays and Sundays at 7 p.m. Tune in.
Hey, what's up? This is Lalo KB desde Atlanta. You're listening to Roadium Radio with Tony A, the Wizard.
Yo, you know what it is? It's your boy OG Rome, a.k.a. Mr. Everywhere, repping Road Dogs Entertainment. Make sure you tune in to Tony A, the Wizard at Roadium Radio.
What up? You know what it is? It's the LA West Coast native, DeVario, and you gotta tap in with my boy Tony A, the Wizard at Roadium Radio every Wednesday and Sunday.
What's going on? It's your boy Isaac Palau on Roadium Radio with Tony A, the Wizard. Tune in every Wednesday and Sunday.
Hey, what's up? This is Lady Band. Make sure you're tuning in to Roadium Radio with Tony A, the Wizard, Sundays and Wednesdays.
Yo, what's up? This is Jimmy from Urban Kings. Make sure you tune in with Tony A, the Wizard on Roadium Radio.
This is
Yo, what's up? It's Bella. I'm here on Roadium Radio with my boy Tony A, the Wizard. Stay tuned.
Yo, it's Ray Monique on Roadium Radio with Tony A, the motherfucking Wizard. Tune in and subscribe.
What's going on, everybody? This is Big Rich G here at Roadium Radio with Tony A. You guys got to check this out, man. Don't miss out. Tune in.
It's your boy Producer A here at Roadium Radio. It's your boy Tony A. Make sure y'all subscribe every Sunday, Wednesday, 7 p.m. with the dopest podcast popping in the motherfucking West Coast. Make sure y'all subscribe, please.
Yeah, this is Pablito here at Roadium Radio. I'm here with Tony A, the Wizard. Tune in.
What's cracking? It's your boy Noel G in the house, aka Hector. You guys know what time it is, right here with the Roadium Radio Show, hosted by your boy Tony A, the Wizard. Keep listening. We got something good for you.
What's good, beautiful ladies? It's your boy MC Magic, Tony A, the Wizard. You already know. Roadium Radio Show. Turn it up.
Yo, what's hood good with y'all? This your boy Big Prodigy from the legendary South Central Cartel, and I'm over here chilling with my homeboy Tony A, the Wizard on the Roadium Radio Show. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe to the page on YouTube. And by the way, check out that interview with yours truly. You dig? Wes.
What's up, guys? This is Marito. You're watching Roadium Radio with Tony A, the Wizard.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Little Silent from VOTG, the voice of the ghetto, man. Tune in every Sunday and Wednesday to Roadium Radio. You already know, hosted by the legend himself, Tony A, the Wizard, man. Just don't miss out, man. That should be active out here.
What's up, everyone? This is Antonio Pelayo. I'm here at Roadium Radio with Tony A, the Wizard. Make sure to subscribe.
Yo, what's up, everybody? LA Baseball Head here, also known as LAFC Soccer Head, chilling on Roadium Radio with my homeboy, Tony A, the Wizard.
What it do? DJ Joe Cooley. You chilling with me, DJ Tony A, the Wizard, and Roadium Radio. You heard me?
What up, everyone? This is Lolita. Tune into Roadium Radio, hosted by Tony A, the Wizard.
What up? Susie Q in the motherfucking building. I'm here chilling with Tony A, the motherfucking Wizard. Roadium Radio, YouTube. You guys check it out. Subscribe. Spank it easy.
Yo, this is Shady Boy right here with Tony A, the Wizard on Roadium Radio.
What's poppin' with it, family? It's your boy Jokes Loves Life, and you are now tuned in to Roadium Radio with the one and only Tony A, the motherfucking Wizard. That's right, love life, y'all.
This your boy Weetho Trees, Roadium Radio in the house, Tony A, the Wizard. What's up?
What's up? This is your boy Panther on Roadium Radio. Tune in with your boy Tony A, the Wizard, and make sure you hit that subscribe button. Yeah.
This is Murray Brumfield, aka Mexicali Slim, Familia Records, and you rolling with Roadium Radio with Tony A.
Yo, what up? It's your boy DJ Kazam. We're right here live, Roadium Radio with my boy Tony A, the Wizard. That's what's up. Woo.
What's up, you guys? It's your girl Mariah Avila. I'm here on Roadium Radio with Tony the Wizard. Please subscribe, like, and comment.
Yo, it's cracking. It's your homeboy, Mr. Motherfucking Junebug. And you just tuned in to Roadium Radio with Tony A, the motherfucking Wizard. And don't forget, subscribe to the channel. You know.
Juvale Raza, it's your homeboy Hypnotic right here in Roadium Radio with Tony A, the Wizard. Make sure you subscribe, like, and do all that. Don't forget to comment. Much love.
Yo, this is Grincho Brown on Roadium Radio with Tony A, the Wizard. Keeping this shit popping, all West Coast, all love. Shout out to my Raza. We getting it.
Hey, look, this is Chunks, the San Diego All-Star, and you are now tuned in to Roadium Radio right here with Tony A, the Wizard. Tap in.
What's up? It's your girl Carolyn Rodriguez here at Roadium Radio. Make sure you tune in every Wednesday and Sunday to Tony A, the Wizard.
What's up, y'all? This is DJ Tony G. You're listening to Roadium Radio with the homeboy, Tony A, the Wizard. Roadium Radio.
Yo, what's cracking? It's 2Max with Mexican descent, visionary shapeshifters, Good Life Project Blowed, LA Underground Hip Hop. You're tuned in to Roadium Radio with Tony A, the Wizard on Wednesdays and Sundays. LA Hip Hop will save the world. Ooh.
Welcome back, everyone, to Roadium Radio episode 232. Don't forget, Sunday, verse for verse, Raza's Got Talent. And tomorrow, I have Dining with the Wizard with my good friend. I'm not going to say his name. You'll see the flyer tomorrow. So anyways, we're going to jump right back into it with DJ Rectangle, representing Wisconsin, San Diego. So now, when I say Wisconsin, are you a Green Bay Packer fan? Or San Diego Chargers?
I'm a Packer fan.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay. For the fans out there, so you were living in Wisconsin till you were 13.
Yeah.
How long did you live in San Diego for?
Probably, well, that would be, I'd say like 10 years.
Okay. All right.
10 years.
So now, you
Last
went.
two, I'd bounce back and forth between. I was driving every weekend to LA. It's the only place to get stuff done.
Yeah. Okay, now, we're probably going to need 3 different interviews because you got your whole mixtape career, DJ career, and producing career. So I'm trying to combine everything somehow together, so please bear with me, Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you win this battle.
It's like you, when people say, "I know you," you're like, "Oh,
which one?
For what?" Like, yeah.
Okay, so you win this battle, and how soon after do you go to New York?
It was a matter of weeks, like three weeks.
Okay, and what were the rules that they were telling you when you get there? They're giving you a minute. You go once, you go twice.
You get 90 seconds.
90 seconds,
and you get 2 heats, like 2 chances.
Okay,
and then done. And I think they had some judges, but it's pretty much what the crowd would say.
Okay, and this is the Clark Kent, if you will, battle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And about how many people entered or were in it?
I want to say like 12. 12 DJs, 12 MCs.
Okay.
Yeah.
And all these guys, if you can remember, were all from New York or they were from all different locations?
Yeah, a lot from all over the place, actually. There was a DJ from Switzerland that almost took it.
Really?
That year, yeah. There was some heat, like for the first world status battle. It's like I got thrown right in there.
Okay. What records did you use? Do you remember for those your first round, 90 seconds? What records did you use?
I used a Full Force record.
Okay, which one? Unselfish Lover.
I want to say it was a remix to Unfaithful.
Oh, okay.
And it's because it had like stabs in the break,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then I used El Naya Fish on that.
Oh, okay.
So I got knocked out early in that, because I wasn't ready for like a world thing, and then plus I had a bad slot. They put me against the current United States champion.
Oh, who was that at the time?
The guy named Baby G. Okay. And this is like 1990. Yeah,
okay.
That would be. So just to make it there, like off the first one, is a big deal. But I did my first round, and he did something. It was kind of like neck and neck. And then speaking about bringing your own gear, I had everyone was using the original Gemini, like the MX-2200.
Yeah.
Jazzy Jeff for battling. That was like the only one. That and there's like a 1650, like a small Newmark. Like those were the two everybody was using.
I couldn't do a Gemini. I just couldn't.
Well, I mean, all of them suck, So you had to get your MacGyver on, like your razor blading, spraying crap in there. Right. Just like they all sucked. And even when you got it to work, it had an expiration date, faster than milk, because
and just let me paint a picture really fast for the people that are watching.
Yeah.
We have to put our records sometimes on the side of the turntables, take the needle off, get this one, put the needle back on and start up again. We didn't have where you push buttons and you cue and you do that stuff, Yeah. I'm not knocking that, but this was that time that we had to do that.
Yeah. And I mean, you're battling elements like a skipping needle and just records and getting them off the spindle and on the spindle and all of that stuff is part of it.
Now I want to ask you a question because what I'm going to ask you, I never did it, and I'm still against it. This is just me.
Yeah.
Okay. Some old school heads even thought, Tony, you got to switch it up. Nah, bro, I'm not. I never put my turntables battle style with the arm right here. I hated that shit.
Right.
And honestly, even till today, if I'm DJing somewhere, I'm turning my shit this way. I won battles that way. People say, well, you turn them this way, it's smaller, you can go faster. I was fast the other way. So, so my thing is, when you battled, did you turn yours sideways?
Not in the beginning.
Not in the beginning, okay.
I'm very slow just, with everything. The internet, the going onto a laptop. I still preferred vinyl for many years after, and I still DJ with vinyl from time to time. It's just, I wouldn't say it's better or worse. It's different. And I prefer, if I could, I prefer to use a vinyl gig because it forces you to do things, you know, like you really have to be careful about the song selection because you have to carry it. Where, you know, and then sometimes on a laptop you press all songs and then just the sea of music comes up, you know. And I think I like it being just committing more to this record, the one version. It's kind of how I will do a current drive, you know.
Okay.
I would take the one version I would like to play instead of clean, snip, explicit,
right?
You know,
right.
And then learn how to rock that.
Okay.
You know.
How long were you out there in New York when you that battle?
We were only out there a matter of days, you know.
Okay.
But everybody was there though. It's like this is when, you know, major label artists were out there. This was the place to go to, you know.
Right.
It's like everybody was there. It's like Ice Cube was out there, Ice-T was out there, and yeah, all the pictures I have. I don't post too many throwback pictures because me being the deadly combination of nerd that I was, you know, I wanted to be like Kid and Play.
Okay.
I like the hairstyle, so I would blow dry my hair up and VO5 it, so it would be.
No shit.
It was horrible, yes, but I did it. I admit it. I have posted. But anyways, I'm just so excited to be out there, you know, aside from the DJ battle, you know.
Right.
All the celebrities I go up to, you know, take pictures with, and everybody's serious, you know, like you see all the throwback pictures are like dead serious, you know. Ice-T's like there, and I'm like, you know.
But that's dope.
I'm like, hey, I'm with Ice-T, you know, and yeah. So I mean, they would be there too for the MC battles, and everybody was involved. It was, you know.
Okay, now let me ask you this, because I started, I want to say production late 88 or 89 or the beginning of 89 when I started producing. Okay. Were you already producing already? Were you already dabbling in it?
No, not that early.
Okay.
I wouldn't say that early. It probably didn't come to like 93.
Okay.
I was a little more heavy into the battle, and I think it was just the doors were open, so I might as well run with it while it's there, or else I probably would have been more into the production, because, you know, someone once said all the best producers are DJs.
Yes,
and
very
I
true.
really believe that. You know,
I believe that as well.
Like Dre, fantastic producer, Premier, and they're great. Even Jermaine Dupri too.
Yeah,
good DJs. Little John, great DJ. You know,
they know what the crowd wants to hear.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So after that battle, what comes next? You know, for DJ Rectangle, you come back home. You just continue to DJ. You know. You continue to enter battles. Give us a picture of what was going on in the life of DJ Rectangle.
Well, after that, I almost took that guy in New York. What sent me home is the current U.S. champion. He took his sock off and he scratched with his toe.
Really?
You know? And I had rigged, back to the gear we're talking about, I had rigged it so I could pick up that Gemini mixer and I could move the fader with the back of my leg. So I put my leg over it, and I was, you know, doing this, but using the fader on my calf, you know. Crowd went crazy, and then he whipped the toe out on me. It got me with the toe. But the funny thing is, this is the last thing here. So the day before, I'm really, really excited to take pictures with everybody, you know, and I did that. I got knocked off from that, you know, and I'm in a seminar. I'm sitting on the ground. It's like so packed. And Ice-T's wife, you know, the one that's on the cover, Darlene.
Yes, yes.
It's like she turned around and she goes, "You were really good," you know. And then Ice turned around and like gave me this look like. I had like fear in me off of that look. I was like, I still took a picture with Darlene though.
Yeah.
Like this. She's on the cover to Power, man.
Of course.
I had to do it.
Look, what man didn't lust off that damn cover? So I don't give a damn.
Iconic. I could not miss the opportunity with my VO5 Kid and Play.
Yeah.
You know.
Now let me ask you this: when it came, because dude, you're so full of these tricks, bro.
Yeah.
did you see anybody before you do these tricks that inspired that? Because blending is one thing, scratching is another, but now you're getting into tricks.
Yeah.
Who inspired that for you?
Well, back then, I guess it's very limited. The people that would come, like my friend would bring to the club I was DJing with.
Excuse me.
Like Tony G would come in there.
Okay.
And he was really heavy on the scratching and the cutting, and he liked to use the phono line switch. It was fantastic at that. And then some of the other groups that came in, they would have a DJ and they would do an exhibition, you know. But yeah, you're right. It was very hard to even see that stuff.
Yes.
And the battles actually, they would videotape the DJ battles.
Yes.
And so we were kind of doing it. We were like, I'd say, kind of like second of doing like those type of battles. I think the original ones would be like from the West Coast. It'd be like Aladdin and Joe Cooley.
Yeah.
Like these guys, you know, really badasses,
Yeah.
man. You know, and they were doing that, but it'd be really hard. You'd have to get a hold of a videotape because it's like nowhere now. You know, everyone's a DJ, right?
Yeah.
So, but back then, you know, late 80s, early 90s, you would have to get these like bootleg videotapes, and that would be the only way, you know. And there would be basically just the battles like the one in New York I just was in, or a local DJ battle. And
right.
What I liked about that, the rarity of seeing a DJ battle, was it brought more diversity, because nobody really knew what everyone was doing. Like if you saw someone win something, you'd hear about it, maybe see it.
Right, maybe.
But you couldn't like analyze it to death because you didn't see it unless you were there, and then duplicate it. Or, you know, I think now with the internet, so many people are like, okay, well, this is what the judges are putting weight on. You know, so, okay, so I want to do what this guy did because he won. Maybe I'll put a little twist on it. But, you know, it's like everyone seems to kind of be doing similar things.
Right.
Whereas back then you'd get really unorthodox style, you know, because people would just experiment, and not, you know, not everything had been done at that point, you know.
What do you think is probably one of your best, if you will, if I could say maybe tricks, or that you put out there that people just went crazy over? Is there one particular one that stands out to you that you really, really like doing?
It's a combination.
Okay.
Of, you got to understand, not everybody knows about DJing. You know, DJs know about DJing, but just because you may be able to do like a real fast technical scratch, I find in competing, if you do something too technical, it can go over people's heads. It could be dope, but the crowd can just look at you like needle dropping. Prime example. I had awesome trick with needle dropping around, very technical, you know, on a rickety stage, dropping a needle, making a beat and stuff like that, and just completely go over people's heads, you know.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But sometimes you would do something visual, like, you know how bartenders do tricks and stuff.
Right.
You do that, but with audio, and that's what some people just don't get. They think it's about the trick, but it's really about the audio. If you could keep the audio like spot on,
okay,
and pull like a stunt or something Evil Knievel, you know.
Right. You know what? And I want to bring that up because I've seen a lot of great DJs that have tried to do these type of tricks, and I like what you said. It's about the audio, okay?
Yeah.
People went crazy. They yelled, but they never heard the audio. They just saw him.
Yeah.
You know, and then I'm one of the guys that listening, and then I'm like, okay, we recorded it, and I would play it for my friend, and I go, close your eyes and listen.
Exactly.
I go, sounds like shit, huh?
Absolutely.
But because he was doing this, you know, Fu Manchu shit or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, but it looked great, and the crowd went crazy, but it sounded horrible.
If you that's the key to doing that. If you can do it where you can look at it or look away, that's the balance that you want to have for that stuff. Like one move I had, I'm kind of moving a mixer over, and I'm going to put a turntable on top of another one. But as I'm doing it, so you get the visual, but it was playing a tone. And I noticed if you kind of wobbled the turntable, you could change the pitch of it without touching the record. But if you do that on beat, it still sounds good.
Yes.
And it's also cool. It's like stuff like that. Those are the things I would gravitate towards doing with visuals. Right. You always have to have the audio in mind.
Man, okay. You just finished. You reminded me of something. You got the turntable and you put it on top of the other one. Was that the one where the turntable's leaning this way?
Yeah.
Okay. I forgot where in the hell I was. And I don't know if it was a battle that you were in or you were just DJing somewhere and you were just, just showing off or whatever, meaning you were just showing people your shit. Because there was this one guy and he was a somebody at a record label. And he said, I just finished seeing, this is 90s. This guy DJ Rectangle picked up the turntable, put it on top of the other turntable, and he was going back and forth like this, and people were bragging about that shit. So right now that you said that, that's what that reminded me of. I don't remember who this guy was, but he was actually at the Disney, because I was signed to Disney. He was actually worked for Disney, and he said he had went to this battle, and he saw you, and then I was like, oh shit, that's when I heard, because for me, when people would talk about you, they always refer to you as Warren G's DJ.
Right.
Right. But look and much love to Warren, but a lot of times people refer to me as High C's DJ. Bro, I had a history before High C, bro.
Right.
You had a history before Warren G.
Yeah.
But we were given opportunities and we took them. Right. Let's jump a little bit ahead. How did that come about, you becoming Warren G's DJ?
It was a DJ battle.
Okay.
So, but I was, at this time, I had already been around the world, DJing.
Okay.
So I was doing an exhibition on Power 106 for Eric V and Nick V.
Okay.
The Baker Boys still have a dope show. They were on the mainstream radio at that time.
Damn, we just skipped a lot right now, but okay, it's all good.
But I met Warren the first time there, and he's just about to drop Regulate, and they just started playing the song, and I was guesting, and he happened to be there, and he's like, "Hey, I'm looking for a DJ," and that was it. It was just kind of passing like through. I'm like, "Okay, cool."
Okay.
And then I heard about it. They had at that time, when they used to play videos on TV, actual music videos.
Yes. Remember, MTV stood for music television?
Yeah. And they even covered one of those, like, DMC battles. MTV did. So that was good, aside from the videotapes that you'd had to be on, like, to get a name. That's why,
right.
In that, just the television exposure, whole different level. We could talk about that, but I think jumping from the battle to DJing for Warren G, it was a battle sponsored by this station called The Box that would play music videos.
Yeah.
And talk about goals and being positive. Sometimes the door will close on you, and some people get stuck staring at the door, but they don't see the other doors opening right there. And so I had gone to New York for another one of Clark Kent's battle.
Oh.
And the same exact day was this battle for Warren G's DJ. Same day,
Wow.
And I'm like, I made the decision I was gonna go for Clark Kent's battle, because that was the one, it was all about you wanted the bragging rights to,
of course,
to win that stuff.
I mean, and you only brag because you won. You just didn't go there to clout chase. You had to be good to be accepted in there anyway.
Well,
so.
it was about the respect. You win that, you're good. And it wasn't about the money. They didn't give you shit when you won. It's not like now.
Right.
But you might get a jacket or a belt. That was everything.
Yeah.
But so I decided to go into this battle, and some of the DJs that were in the panel knew me and hated on me.
No shit.
And basically, before it started, they say, they made up some reason to disqualify me, right? So I just picked up my shit and went to Warren G's battle.
Are you serious? You don't even get...
Dead serious. But, you know, in retrospect, I think it was just, you know, God guiding me to do that. Because DJ battling, for me, I had taken it, like, to the world finals. You know, two things. That little hater move there, you know, that pushed me to enter the Warren G battle. And the other thing is when I made it to the world finals, I was a solo DJ right around similar time. And they didn't separate team DJs from solo DJs. So in my opinion, you know, you'd be a solo DJ going against teams of DJs where any one of them one-on-one, like seminar style,
right,
I could take.
Yeah.
But as a team of DJs, they can kind of disguise skills. One guy would be really good at something, kind of suck at something else, you know, which would come out in a one-to-one.
Yes.
But when you're going against teams, you know.
Now, when we say teams, for the people, it could be 5 guys.
It could be 5 guys
against one.
Yeah. And so one guy, being that, you know, you're using records, you're not using computers, it's like you get 2-3 other guys queuing up shit ready to, you know. It's all time-based. You could get so much more in. One guy could be really good at one thing. The other guy could be really good at another, you know. And there are DJs walking around saying they're world champions but never won a solo DJ battle. But that you know, discouraged me and pushed me to go into this Warren G battle.
You know, I'm going to say something, and this is me saying it. I've never liked that team DJ crap. I'm gonna be real with you. There's this one guy, he has the kick, and then another guy with the snare, and then the guy maybe with the hat. And I'm like, bro, I can do that shit with Roxanne, you know.
Yeah.
Anyways, but
you know, it's its own thing.
Yeah.
You know, at that time, I don't want to knock it. It's its own.
I will, but
at the time, I felt a little like, you know, I'm like the only solo guy that makes it to the world final that year.
Right.
And then there are all teams of DJs there, you know.
Yeah,
it's like it kind of discouraged me at that point. And then, you know, it's like that one day I wanted to be in that battle, but it just pushed me because I had already taken it. That was the highest at the time you could take DJ battling.
See,
anyway.
that's kind of like saying this. I mean, maybe this is a bad analogy. It's like, you know, you're a dope fighter. You get to the top, and then you got to fight 5 guys. Knowing damn well that if you went heads up with all of those guys individually, you'll knock them all out.
Right.
But you got to fight 5 guys at one time. So.
Right. But so, you know, that was it. Like I was U.S. champion at the time. I didn't defend my title because I went to the next level. I had made the decision to do what from our era, like DJing for an artist, totally different ball game. I'm there to support the artist and make them look as good as they can.
Yeah.
One cool thing about Warren G is he always gave me a moment to shine, you know.
Dope.
And these DJ battles were relatively that one in London was in Ministry of Sound, pretty big club. But, you know, for the most part, the DJ battles are relatively small, couple hundred people, you know.
Yeah.
And then the videotapes would circulate, but, you know, the people that knew about them would see them. This was an opportunity to be on big shows like Dave Letterman, Conan O'Brien, you know. And so the decision, you know, after taking it, if I never made it to the world status, I probably, you know, would have wanted to continue doing that. But, you know, he had Regulate, that,
of course, I mean, huge.
Monster hit. So we went on a big tour.
And was Nate Dogg on this tour?
He would show up for certain shows. But, you know, the way Warren G would do it, he'd have his artists back him up, like on Nate Dogg's part, and they would do. It was actually really good how he improvised because Nate Dogg was really heavy into recording, and I did shows towards the end with just Nate Dogg and I, and those shows were like, talk about the Super Bowl that just came on. He could have done the Super Bowl himself with it's like his cameos on the songs. It's like
amazing
hit. I mean, if he was still around today, no telling, you know.
Do you have a lot of pictures with Nate Dogg?
No. not really.
Okay.
I know. You know what? I consider he was really, really kind to me. You know, really nice, and I mean, it wasn't like we all we're into posting pictures and selfies on media back then anyway. It wasn't, you know.
Yeah.
I could say maybe there was like MySpace, I suppose, but I was late to the whole social media game.
If my manager would not have ever taken any pictures of us, I wouldn't have any throwbacks.
There it is.
Yeah, I wouldn't have any.
I have pictures fans took.
Okay.
You know, but yeah, for the most part, we're just hanging out, you know?
You know, I want to say something to the fans that are watching because I don't want them to think that I'm trying to give them a cheap interview. Let me tell you why I say that. You're a man that has mixtapes. You're a man that has won multiple DJ battles, inter-DJ battles, traveled the world, okay? Then you start DJing for Warren G. Then you start doing TV shows. Then you get into productions. And then you producing. Then you got Battle Break Records. There's just so much to cover in this short amount of time, so I'm trying to squeeze all that in, okay? Yeah. So at what year now, if we could back up a little bit, what year did you actually start producing, would you say? And what drum, if any, did you start using?
The first records I was doing were like tools to compete for DJing. So they would be break beats. My first record was on Z-Rock.
Okay, that's Alonzo's shit, isn't it?
That's Alonzo's thing. And I was making 4-track, like the mega mixes, like the intros, like we do for our mixtapes and stuff. And I had put like 4 of them on there and a couple samples, you know, because practicing, you wear your shit out. I'm like, so if I could get a box of records, you know, and that kind of turned into the battle records, you know, because you wouldn't burn, you know, your 2 copies of Rock the Bells or whatever. You just take the one part you practice on. You could practice and burn them. And
give us an example for people that may not know, or maybe they're a part of this new generation, what these battle break records were. Were they more like stabs on, hey, boom, cat, that type of shit?
Just all of it. There'd be beats that would ride that, you know, you know, it's like you take the dope snare of like UTFO or maybe reprogram the beat a little bit, make it a little bit different, put the like the the fresh, you know.
Okay. So that way we wouldn't have to switch records to get every fresh, to get every to get every horn stab.
It would be there. You could put 2-3 things on, and you know, like you could battle, and you would save time if you only had 90 seconds to battle, and you know why waste 15 seconds of it swapping records out, you know? It would allow you to do some things faster. Plus, I wanted to scratch my own name. I couldn't find an acapella rectangle. I wanted my name.
So who said it? You did?
I had a homeboy say it, you know. I never liked my voice.
Same here.
I never did. And I never liked, that's why I never talk on my mixtape. I talk with my hands, you know.
That's awesome that you said you talk with your hands, because that's one thing people used to tell me, I like your style. And I used to always ask them, what is it about my style? You make records talk.
Right.
You know, you make records talk, and it's it's true, because I think it was Julio G, and then Joe Cooley. I interviewed Julio already. I interviewed Tony G, Joe Cooley. Okay, and there's been times, either off camera or on camera, that we would DJ talk, and that DJ talk, like, you know, when you grab the record, like, and then like
call response.
Yeah, and then he would be like, and I was like, just for you guys watching, that's DJ talk. You know what I'm saying? Right. Because a lot of people could probably hear us make noises. I've always said this: if you hear it here, you could put it right here.
Right.
The scratching.
Right.
I remember I had this one scratch. It was like, hey, like, we're good. And I was like, oh shit, I'm onto something. Now I just gotta fix it with something else. So yeah.
Now that's a lot of the times, like, now I could tell by the way you're saying that you're actually mimicking the tone, the pitch, and you're controlling all of it with this, you know, the subtlety of your hand. You're not using, you know, like pitch correction like a lot of these programs will do and stuff like that. And that's how you create a lot of the variation.
Yes.
In like tearing and stabs and things like that. And I quite often just scratch a cappella, especially when I'm doing a mixtape, because I'm like, okay, you know what would sound good is if I do it to make the pitch and kind of create a little bit of melody, like, and then I'll be like, okay, that wouldn't work, and then it'll be like, you know, and I hear it in my head first, then I'll record it, and then I'll be like, okay.
Now, now let me ask you this before we go to break, okay?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I was just so into what you were doing right now because to me that's DJ talk.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I can relate to that.
Well, no, you can hear it. That's one thing I can do with turntablism is what I have in my head. I can get out like scratching the melody, the timing, everything. I kind of hear. I know, you know, probably a millisecond before I'm going to do it, like exactly what I want to do, and then you know, I think part of the practicing is so you've got your speed and your timing and your muscle memorization, so that you can do what you hear.
And you know what? You know? And what's dope because when I practice, the first thing that I practice is my timing.
Yes,
the timing has got to be right. You know, so that's what I do. Before I start scratching, I'm like.
Yeah,
the timing's gotta be right, because if you're just like no, okay, I gotta I hope nobody heard that shit, you know.
Well, no, you know, which is funny, like the first turntables, because you know I got my techniques from a pawn store. I got a steal on them, like $300 for two, but before that I had the realistic belt drive turntables. Speaking of timing, when you would release them, it would be like, yeah, you know, only DJs know the struggle of this here, you know, and you would have to, I think in a lot of ways that helped, because when you get some direct drive turntables, you're like, when you let it go, it's like, I mean, your game goes up like.
I know. It's just a stop button, like, oh shit, you know, like, what the fuck?
Yes.
Like, that's like the Millennium Falcon for me, man. But, God, I forgot what the fuck I was going to ask you, man. It was a good-ass question. But fuck it, we'll come right. Okay, what kind of needles did you start using in the very beginning?
I had the ones from Radio Shack.
MK3s?
DJ.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think they were, I forgot what they were, but I didn't get into the MK3s till later. Or the MM44Gs. Those are the ones that eventually, I guess they had existed for a while. And a DJ named Shortcut told me about them, and that there was only one store you could get them, is Tokyo Hands in Japan.
Wow.
And I, you know, the thing is, that was the biggest thing. I'd be, especially touring, like in big arenas and stuff, I'd be scared to death of this shit skipping on me, you know? It's like, especially if you're DJing for an MC, you know, it's like you're playing an instrumental track. If that skips, man, it's game over, you know. It's
very, very true.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes shit happens. I saw once the harshest thing. One cool. Here's a quick story, right? With Warren G. And speaking of, I was always happy. Always let me shine. You know, we're on this spring break thing, this show, and he's going to do this DJ, like next single comes out, you know, and it's like 120 degrees out, which, you know, is the biggest fear when you're using
vinyl.
Oh my God. It's like,
right.
It'll wake you up in the middle of the night to this day. So Naughty by Nature went on.
Okay.
And they're doing OPP, and it skipped, and they were rapping on it. But that is talking about serious of knowing your goal and staying on track. The record skipped. They waited a second, and Tretch just got right back up on it, you know, and just proceeded. Like, some people that would rattle. I was like really admiring the, you know, professionalism of that. Like, man, you recovered from that. And I talked to KG, and he's like, man, is the record skipping up there? You know, because I'm getting nervous because we're coming on after that, you know. And so then the Spice Girls did a thing.
Oh, shit.
One thing, Europeans and shoes, you know, this is the one thing about the Spice Girls, you know, like looking at their shoes, like the Europeans at the time, you know how we have our shoes, they pristine, like, you got, you know, you appreciate a nice clean pair of shoes. Europeans, totally different ball game, right? Anyways, that's one thing I looked at. Spice Girls shoes. I'm like, man, these girls, they're huge. It's so fucked up shoes on, you know. They don't care. Anyways, aside that, I get on, right, doing this DJ, and there's one part after the second verse, I think, that Warren G always give me a second, to do something on the turntables. And so we get out there, and we're playing the song, and I always do a little scratching. I put the record on, and within seconds, it started doing this. Warping on me. I'm like, ooh. Okay, how am I going to do this, Yeah.
And
it's like on the back of my battle records, I only had a couple of them in my thing. So I kind of timed it, like before my part, I pull a fresh one on so it starts to warp. And, it skipped a little, and I just pushed it over the tone, and then I just started cutting the tone and made it work, But to me, I'm like... I'm really specific. Right. Like you want everything going right.
I'm exactly the same way.
And it was only to me. I know most people probably don't know, but that it's like the little skit. I was just like, it felt so bad.
It bothers us. Look, I'll give an example. I was mixing an oldie. I think it was "You Make Me Feel." I believe it was me. "You Make Me Feel Brand New" by the Stylistics, and I was playing it over Biz Markie. Make the Music with Your Mouth Biz on a mixtape.
Yeah.
So it went a little off beat, okay? Because you have to ride it because they're a live band.
Yeah.
And Steve, my manager at the time, tells me, "Hey man, let's do that shit over again." And I had to leave my house.
Yeah.
I was like, "Steve, I got to get the fuck out of here. Look, why don't we do this?" It just went off one time on the snare. It didn't match. It's okay. Just turn up the bass on Biz Markie and it'll hide it. And he didn't. So now when I go back, I'm like, that shit sounded like a pair of shoes in a dryer.
Oh. That's a really good metaphor, I guess, right there.
That was like the thumb.
So, yeah, and you think about it today. And, so after that, of course, that one little in the beginning, and I put it on the tone, and then just, the good thing is I made these battle records, so the tone would just go forever. It can move 4 grooves over, 4 grooves the other way, and still be cool. So I came out, did a little transforming. It wasn't what I wanted to do, but so upset about it. After I went to my room, everybody's there partying, have a great old time. I went to my room and freaking cried. I'm like, oh my God, it was like the worst thing ever. And then what made add insult to injury, right? You know how MTV they keep it so like. Every day on the hour, they'd show that shit, like for a month. And I was just like, this is what hell is right here. And it wasn't even that bad. In my mind,
yes,
you know what
of course.
I'm saying?
Of course.
Like,
because we like to be perfectionists.
Oh, absolutely. So, absolutely.
Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to press pause right there. We're going to come right back, and we're going to finish this off, and I'm going to start drinking. So once again, everybody, call somebody, text somebody. You guys know the rest. DJ Rectangle. I almost said Warren G. DJ Rectangle's in the motherfucking building. We'll be back.
Hey, what it do? It's your boy Cap G. Subscribe to Roadium Radio, hosted by Tony A. the Wizard. Yes, sir.
Yo, what's up, y'all? This is King T chilling on Roadium Radio. Tune in, subscribe every Sunday and Wednesday. Fucking with my man Tony A. the Wizard.
West up, this Lazy Dub, and you're tuned in to Roadium Radio right here with Tony A. the Wizard on every Sunday and Wednesday, 7 p.m. Make sure you like and subscribe that.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm right here, Loco Negro, Tony A, Roadium Radio. Tune in.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy MTO right here with Tony A the Wizard on Roadium Radio. Make sure you like and subscribe and tune in every Sunday and Wednesday.
What's up, everybody? It's your homegirl Lovely, and I'm right here at Roadium Radio with my boy Tony A the Wizard. Make sure you subscribe and check them out every Sunday and Wednesday.
It's Nina Barretta with Roadium Radio and Tony A. the Wizard. Tune in Sundays and Wednesdays. Like and subscribe.
What's up, everybody? This is the Puppet Master chilling with El Triste. Follow and subscribe to Roadium Radio with Tony A. the Wizard.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Rashidi Harper, director, executive producer from Hip Hop Uncovered, and I'm here at the Roadium Radio with Tony A. the Wizard. Stay tuned.
Coming at you live through the harbor area, you got MC Pancho, the #1 Sancho, and you're checking out Roadium Radio with my man Tony A. the Wizard. Check it out.
What's up? This is Ronan Gray. You're watching Roadium Radio with Tony A. the Wizard. Make sure to tune in every Wednesday and Sunday.
What up, this is Mr. D over at Roadium Radio with my homeboy Tony A. the Wizard. Make sure you subscribe and tune in every Sunday and Wednesday.
What's up, y'all? This Uncle Spliff, man, from Spliff DTV. Y'all need to tune in every Sunday and Wednesday to Roadium Radio with my homie Tony A. the Wizard.
Yo, you're tapping in with the Steel City Hustlers.
This is Roadium Radio, hosted by Tony A. the Wizard.
Motherfucking legend. Make sure you fucking like, subscribe, share, do all that shit.
Yo, it's your boy Troublesome Man, TM Gang live in full effect here at Roadium Radio with my boy Tony A. the Wizard. You know what it is, boy.
Yo, what's up? This is DJ Ernie G in the place to be. I'm chilling here at Roadium Radio with my homeboy Tony A. the motherfucking Wizard. Vatos Locos forever.
Yo, what's up, man? It's your boy Young Hype here at Roadium Radio with Tony A. the Wizard. Make sure y'all subscribe and tune in every Sunday and Wednesday.
Yeah, doggy. Yo, what's up? It's Anthony Campos, a.k.a. Big Citric, inviting everybody to tune in and subscribe to Tony Vision, Roadium Radio with your host, Tony A. the Wizard.
What's happening? It's your boy Bobby Castro, and I'm here at Roadium Radio with the homie Tony A. the Wizard. Make sure to like, subscribe, check out the shit.
What's good, y'all? Eric Bobo from the mighty Cypress Hill, chilling right here on Roadium Radio with the homeboy Tony A. the Wizard. That's right.
Hey, everybody, this is Cliff Ritchie, and I'm here on Roadium Radio with Tony A. the Wizard.
What's cracking? It's your homie Crazy Boy, Blue Rain Music. You tuned in to Roadium Radio with the homie Tony A. the Wizard. Tune in every Wednesday and Sunday right here.
What's up, everybody? This is Dali C, the Trap Queen, and you guys are listening to Roadium Radio with Tony A. the Wizard. Make sure you guys tune in.
Yo, what's up? This is DJ Bobby B, and you're live with Tony A. the Wizard on Roadium Radio.
1212 coming to you live from the harbor area. DJ Ralph M rocking beats with my man Tony A. Rocking the SB 1200. Let's go.
Yo, what's up? This is DJ Yella coming straight out of Compton, Roadium Radio with my boy Tony A. the Wizard. Check him out.
Hey, what's up? It's your girl Miss Got this from NYC. Andamos aquí with Tony A. the Wizard at Roadium Radio. You already know how to bring the NYC love. Hey, shout out to all of you guys.
Hey, what's cracking? It's that Guilty One. You're tuned in to Roadium Radio with Tony A. the Wizard, live every Sunday and Wednesday at 7 p.m. Like and subscribe.
What's going on? It's Hazard. You are tuned in with Tony A. the Wizard on Roadium Radio. Make sure you tune in every Sunday and Wednesday at 7 p.m. Like and subscribe on YouTube.
Yo, this is your boy Invincible, and you are watching the Roadium Radio Show with Tony A. the Wizard. Make sure you're tuned in and watching. Ooh-ah.
What's up, guys? This is Isabella Soul, and you're tuning in with Tony A. the Wizard on Roadium Radio. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.
What's up, guys? It's your girl J-Rox. I'm here on Roadium Radio with your host Tony A. the Wizard. I'll make sure to tune in on Sundays and Wednesdays, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
Yo, what's up? This is Jose Homicide. You hanging out at Roadium Radio, hosted by Tony A. the Wizard. Like and subscribe.
What's up with it, dog? It's West Coast Gilly on Roadium Radio with the legend Tony A. the Wizard on Tony Vision. You know what it is, West Coast to the fullest. Believe that.
What's up, everybody? This is Stefan Orior listening to Roadium Radio with Tony A the Wizard.
Yo, what up? It's your boy Doughboy Tony. You're tuned into Roadium Radio with West Coast legend Tony A the Wizard.
What up? It's your boy Lottie the G, straight out of Santa Ana, CA, and we're right here live in the mix with the West Coast legend Tony A the Wizard on Roadium Radio, Tony Vision on YouTube.
Yo, what's up, world? This is Cool 187, above the law in the building. And you're tuned in to Roadium Radio with my man Tony A, the Wizard.
What's up, this is Darren Vegas. You're on Roadium Radio with Tony A, the Wizard. Real West Coast hip-hop history right here.
Yo, what up? Sleepy Malo in the house, here at the Roadium Radio with my boy Tony A, the Wizard, giving us our voice back. One of the realest motherfuckers I know.
What's up, homie? It's homie Frankie Quinones, a.k.a. Creeper from Cholo P. And you're listening to Tony A the Wizard on Roadium Radio. That's what's up right there.
Hey, yo, what's up, man? It's Cujo the Savage. I'm right here with Tony A the Wizard, Roadium Radio. Everybody stay tuned, man. It's a motherfucking hit.
Yo, shout out to Roadium Radio, Tony A the Wizard, your boy Pablo Nunez right here in the studio. Be about it, people.
¿Qué onda, muchacho? Ahí viene este miro. King with the Black Chicken and Negrito de Los Angelitos, and you're checking out that Roadium Radio with Tony A the Wizard.
Yo, Raza, this is Wicked from the Brown Side here on Roadium Radio with Tony A the Wizard. You know.
What up, it's your homeboy Infinite TGM, chilling with Tony A the Wizard on Roadium Radio. Make sure you guys go check that out.
What's good? It's your boy Spanky Loco, and you tuning in to Roadium Radio with that motherfucking legend, Mr. Tony A. You know what time it is, West.
Hey, what up? This is Rebello the Dawn.
And this is Dominator.
And we came straight from the 805 ready to slap that motherfucking meat on your grill, bitch.
Roadium Radio, Central Coast Click.
What up?
What up with it? This your boy OG Magoo, Los Angeles airbrush artist. Big chillin' on site with the homie Tony the Wizard on Roadium Radio. All gas, no brakes. Let's get it.
Man, you now listening to LA Icon, man. Right here live with Tony A, the motherfucking Wizard on Roadium Radio.
What's up? This is A.DA, the Spanish Fly, with that reintroduction right here on Roadium Radio with my boy, the Wizard, Tony A.
Yeah, what up? It's the Spanish Fly MC, Big MOC, Mr. Mokes MC, on the Roadium Radio Show, baby, with Tony A, the Grand Wizard. Let's go.
Johnny D from Spanish Fly on Roadium Radio. Your one and only Theo with the giant Cheeto.
Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Trish Toledo, and I'm over here with Tony A at Roadium Radio. Make sure you tune in every Wednesday and Sunday at 7 p.m.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your girl Blanca. Bobby D presents Uncle Snoop's Army. Chilling right here at Roadium Radio with Tony A the Wizard. Make sure you tune in Wednesdays and Sundays at 7 p.m. on YouTube.
What up, West Coast and all hip-hop fans? This is your girl, Violet Brown, and I'm here with Tony A the Wizard.
Yo, this is Daniel Jones, the D to the motherfucking G Media Clips. Here with your boy, Tony A the Wizard on the Roadium Radio Show.
Check, 1 2 1 2. This is Roger Live, and you are in tune to the sounds of Tony A the Wizard on Roadium Radio West Coast.
Welcome back, everyone, to Roadium Radio episode 232. Once again, I just want to announce that Friday, for some reason, my Roadium Radio page, I got a I guess, like a notification from Instagram saying that suspicious activity. I think somebody was just trying to hack my shit. So they pretty much have a hold on my page, on the Roadium Radio page. They said 24 hours, but it's been since Friday, but I pretty much know who's been doing it. But you can follow me at TonyVision, _ TonyVision, which will be in the description after this video is posted. And you can follow me there for meanwhile. Other than that, if you don't want to follow, then don't follow. If you do, cool. But anyways, tomorrow, Dining with the Wizard with my good friend. And then Sunday, we're going to have verse for verse because why? Raza's Got Talent. So we're going to go ahead and jump right back into it with DJ Rectangle. How you doing, my friend?
Good. It's like exceptionally cold out there for
it. It is, huh? It is. But this is how I warm up.
Yeah.
So. Was that? Yes. Okay. You know what? Why don't we ask a question? Do we have any DJ Rectangle fans? Okay, go ahead and ask that. And then at the end, we'll give the results.
Cool.
We talked a lot about how thorough, how perfectionist we are when it comes to our craft. Have you ever seen like some crazy or bad shit or weird shit happen to other DJs as you're maybe performing, about to go up on stage or after you performed and seen and you're like, what the hell was that?
I've seen a couple. You know, of course, the one thing, you could do 1,000 good shows as a DJ.
Yes.
And it's just that one time, maybe something, that's for some reason, that's what you think about.
Yes.
You know, like, but yeah, I mean, for the most part, I've seen DJs get their gear unplugged by, somebody walking by, tripping the cord. One incident, what we were doing, it was for a radio station.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say it was The Beat, I'm pretty sure. But they'd have all the, they'd showcase all the artists
Mm-hmm.
at the time, Warranty come out, we do Regulate, and this was an outdoor. Most of these things are outdoor. So
yeah.
Back to the outdoor thing, and it's, it's like Notorious Big's DJ at the time. He was doing his show off of vinyl.
And we're talking about Biggie Smalls.
Biggie Smalls.
Wow.
Yes. And I was over there to watch because I'm like, I want to see. I've been around Biggie a couple times. There's this movie that they were following us around. Like, it's called The Show. And,
yeah,
it was pretty cool to be right there to watch Biggie,
right.
do his thing. And this particular show was in L.A., but it was a big amphitheater outdoors, and they had this canopy over, and it was like creating this wind tunnel,
Wow.
So I'm glad I watched this go down, because by the time we went on, I put myself a little bit on the side so the wind, wouldn't. It's very important, when you don't have skipless laptops and you're dealing with needles. But this unfortunate DJ, I think his name was Big Cap, doing big New York DJ.
Right.
It's just elements were against him. It's like the needles were skipping. He wasn't even touching it, But I think Biggie he got so frustrated because he was trying to rhyme and
he skipping.
Basically, threw a bottle of water, on him and walked off stage.
No shit.
Yeah, tough day.
Tough day at the office.
Glad it wasn't me, though.
Yeah.
Sorry to say it. Peace out. Respect to Big Cap.
I think just some of them I seen, I think there were guys like the promoter would say, hey, your turntables need to be up a little bit more or off to the side. And then this guy would try to move the table by itself and literally drop everything. The arm would break. Bro, please let me borrow your turntable. And sometimes we don't like to let people use our shit.
No.
Or the DJ he'll be doing one of these with the headphones right before he goes on.
Yeah.
And then hey man, I busted my fucking needle. Can you please? And you're like, bro, you just busted your shit. Now you want to bust mine?
Yeah.
So my thing was like, you need to talk to my manager, bro, because he's the one that buys them, so it's up to him. So my manager was like, no.
Right. Speaking of horror stories, like being on the road, you see a lot of stuff, though. Here's a quick one. I'll make it really as fast as I can.
Take your time.
Though. There's an arena in Utah, I think, and the way they had it, they had this huge ramp from the parking lot that would just go, all the way down to the stage. The stage was down, but it's this huge ramp. And we got there early. I want to set up my gear, just to check it, make sure it's out. So then we put it on the side, and then because it's like, you know, the acts would go, it'd be like on that tour, either Coolio or the Brat would start, then Heavy D would do his set, and then we'd come out, and then actually the headliner at the time was R. Kelly. We could talk about that. This is the 12-play tour. I don't talk about it a lot now. But anyways, this particular arena had this big ramp, and so I went down there to see. My gear wasn't there, you know. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go up a floor to go to the cafeteria, you know, and wait for my gear to come. And so as I'm walking up this huge ramp, I hear this scraping sound, like, you know,
what the fuck?
And I'm like, what the heck is that? And I look up at the top of this ramp, and I see something coming. It's like an anvil case coming down, right?
Oh.
And it's getting closer, and there are like sparks flying off it, right? I'm like, whoa. And it's like picking up speed, you know?
Right.
And it gets closer. I'm like, you know, that kind of looks like my turntable coming down the ramp, you know? And I'm like, oh my God, that's my turntable. I got to, you know, deal with. And I couldn't stop it. You know, I get mauled, right? So I just let it go by me. It was sparks flying and all. I'm like, man, this is going to be a good night tonight. And right when I watch it, I hear it just smash like into the bottom of the stage, right? I'm like, I can't believe someone. And then by the time I'm processing this, I hear another.
No.
It's the other turntable coming down, you know. I'm like, oh my God.
Did they ever explain what happened? Like,
well, you know, turntables are heavy, man.
Yeah,
And they're, you know, and the way I had designed stuff, I had like particle board. Like I've gone through so many turntables on tour. You know, shit just gets jacked.
Fucked up.
I think people chuck it because they don't want to carry it. You know.
Very, very true.
But I was like, and so I talked to the roadie. I'm like, you know, he's like, my bad.
My bad.
My bad.
Okay, with me, I think
that was a horror story that wasn't. Thank God it wasn't in front of people.
I think one of my horror stories, probably the only one. We had a big show. I want to say, I know it was either Detroit or Philly, one of those. But keep in mind, we had to carry our fucking turntables into the airport. Okay, we check them in. My mixer, I would just wrap it up with a shirt, put it in a backpack, carry it on.
Smart move.
Okay.
Very smart
Because
move.
we didn't have, at least in the early 90s, mixer cases or anything like that.
Yeah, the carrying cases and even the ones they had didn't really protect the stuff that
so
well.
I had, I think they were called the Road Ready for my turntables, my cases. So we checked them in, and then here they come. Boom, 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 you know. When you pick up your shit.
Yeah.
And I knew, I'm like, bro, by the way that shit sounded.
Yeah, it was out.
Yeah.
The case was open, probably.
Yeah. So what happened was, when we got in the van, the promoter picked us up. I opened it up. The whole fucking arm was taken off, bro. I was like,
yeah.
Oh, man. You know, honestly, the only thing I'm thankful for is that I was making good money. We went to a place and I bought a brand new turntable. When you could still buy turntables. But, you know, they weren't cheap.
No.
You know?
You're lucky you were able to do that. You know, try getting a try getting a USB cable at, you know, midnight.
I know.
In the middle of nowhere, but
you know
I guess
what?
new times, different problems. You know, you get
you
had to worry about needle skipping. Now you're concerned with laptops
freezing and shit.
USB cables retorts.
You know, I wanted to ask you this because I know that there's no high like when you're up on stage. And it's the fucking vibe, and the crowd is fucking ready to erupt, and you know your MC's off to the side. You drop that needle, and you're like, and the crowd's reacting.
Yeah,
you fucking just rock that show, man.
Oh yeah,
there's no other high than that, bro. Like at least for me,
especially if it's like in a arena. I like that because you take a stab and you're just like, bah, and it's like. Boom, you know, like, that's right. You know, we were all alone at sound check, you know.
Yes, man, yes.
You know, yeah. And also, you know, the other cool thing, like, I'm just going to say it, maybe it sounds a little superficial, but like if the cool thing is if you're on, now from the battle round, to going to like TV shows like Dave Letterman, and
Mhm.
you know, we did all those like Jon Stewart and Conan O'Brien and things like that.
That's awesome, man.
And one thing is being the kind of nerd that I was, still am. Let's say.
Okay.
You know, I see a couple figures over here I really like. Okay, I can relate. But you get off stage or something, and, you know, it's like meeting girls.
Okay.
A lot easier.
Yes.
Because you can say something really stupid to a girl.
They're like, yes.
Yeah, like, do you like Star Wars? You'd be like, hell's yeah, I like me some Star Wars. You know? It's the benefit. It's just a perk to you know, girls don't like Star Wars.
Yeah.
But
I watched
like that Yoda.
I watched
Does he
all of
talk?
them. No, he doesn't.
talk. I have
no,
one.
he just got my dookie on right here.
That's nice.
But yeah, you know, yeah. Do you like Indiana Jones? Of course. Show me your whip. You know what I'm saying? So
That sounds like one of your memes.
Yes, yes, exactly, bro. Exactly.
And you know, this guy's meme game is strong.
Just call me Meme Lord.
You are a
So.
meme lord. I'll be up at night just laughing at like 2 a.m. Like,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
You know what? It's funny because when I used to post up memes, there used to be dudes who'd be like, bro, like I almost wanted to commit suicide last night, and I logged into Instagram and I went to your memes and I couldn't stop laughing. Thanks. I'm like, holy shit. Okay, cool.
If you have a sense of humor and you're not offended by everything, like,
Oh,
you
my
know,
God.
the new trend of, you know.
Yeah, today everybody's offended by.
And so, yeah, like mixtape intros, though. That's a big part.
Yeah.
Tying it back into DJing, it's like, I got to have some humor in there, you know?
Yes, exactly. You know, let's talk a little bit about those mixtapes because we touched a little bit upon the break records, the big battle. What did you just battle breaks or battle records? What would you title them?
The first records I did were similar to the intros.
Okay.
You know? And then they kind of went, as I was battling, I would put more things I could use to battle. And those, I did one white record called The Ultimate Battle Weapon. And that honestly probably sold over 100,000 copies of that battle record. Wow. It's like that battle record just put me on the map for battle records,
right.
You know, so that kind of, while I was touring, I could, you know, and back then it'd take time. It'd take like 30 days to get, you had to cut a lacquer, get, you know, an acid wash and the stampers, and then,
right.
you know, blah, blah, you know, the process.
Would you say that is your favorite battle break record?
No. There's one I did called I made like over 80 of these battle records, break records.
See, I didn't know that there was that many. Honestly.
Yeah, well, a lot of them don't have my name on it. See, that's what a lot of people probably don't know. It's like, I mean, like Frosted Breaks, Gorilla Breaks, like just obscure stuff. And it'd be funny because some distributors, like there are probably 3 main ones, like that some wouldn't want to carry one, but they'd carry another, right? And that's why I started doing different things, you know, like loops, or just like some songs would not have instrumentals, so you could program them on a drum machine and making it, and then it would be really useful for DJs to have, because, you know, especially on the radio. And I just kind of laughed to myself, like, no one likes that DJ Rectangle battle record, but they do like this Frosted Breaks. And I'm like, little do you know.
That's good though, man. That's good.
Yeah, but yeah, I did a lot of those, and I think towards the end, you know, everybody now just scratches with and fresh, so it doesn't, you know.
Yeah, exactly. And fresh.
Never
yeah.
get old.
You know, one thing I would like to find out, man, is how many times platinum did fucking It's Time go, if it ever did, because everybody bootlegged that motherfucker.
Yeah.
To me, would you agree that that's probably the most scratched record ever?
It's up there.
Okay.
You know, there are certain records that I know, you know, have been just worked. Funky Drummer.
Funky Drum.
Oh my God. For one summer, that and whatever the Soul to Soul, Keep on Moving drum loop and Funky Drummer were like in every song. It's like freestyle music with soul sonic force, you know?
Yeah. So I would probably have to say, for me, 3 records that come to mind. I would say It's Time, even though that's not the name of the song. They should have fucking just named it instead of Annie Fish or whatever they fucking called it.
Right.
Clear.
Yes.
Okay. And then I would have to say Planet Rock.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I would have to say those 3 records are probably the all-time, you know, at least for me. So give me your top 3 all-time without naming your breaks.
Well, you mean like things to scratch? Or
Yeah, just
things like battle records? Well,
either or, your
I think
top 3.
Rock the Bells is up there.
Yes. Oh, you know what? I'm glad you brought that up.
That's almost up there with, you know, and that routine, probably a year before I started battling, that when DJ Aladdin hit that Rock the Bells, like when he was just cutting it with the phono line switch, still to this day, that, I mean, has to be his command performance, you know?
Yes. You know who I saw him perform that with? He was still King T had just dropped the Act a Fool album. They were on stage at the Celebrity Theater I want to say March 1988. Yeah. And they were opening up. NWA performed there that day. The DOC performed. King T and Ice-T. Okay. But Pooh was on the SB12. Aladdin was on the turntables. Mixmaster Spade was on stage with King T. And I remember when he did Rock the Bells, like it was almost like playing like musical instrument.
Yeah, that still to this day holds.
Yeah, yes.
That Roxanne. Just a couple battle breaks. I you know, like I said, people do different. It depends on your style.
Okay.
You know what you're going to use.
Do you remember? I think it was the real Roxanne. I think it was called Boom Bang Zoom or something like that.
That one. Yeah.
Remember at the very end?
Jump beat up.
That was my favorite shit right there.
Yeah, I had a routine to that. Rock the Bells, Alnaya Fish. Probably Peter Piper's up there with Bad Meaning Good.
Bro, you know who was fucking insane with this record? DJ Jazzy Jeff. Let's dance.
Dance to the drummer's beat. Yeah.
Man, I was like, okay. I have to ask you this question. Was there ever any DJ? Because there's a time, I guess, in my life where I felt like I've arrived.
Right.
I'm dope at this shit. I know my shit, okay?
Right.
And then I ran into DJ Scratch. 1991, we were on an EPMD tour. We were in Texas, and I saw him warming up. And for the first time, I said to myself, that guy will fuck me up.
You know who was also good from that era? I'd say, well, maybe even before that, is that DJ Miz. Miz was really good. I think it was one of those Clark Kent battles where it was Miz and Aladdin. I think Miz took Aladdin.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I think that year. But he was like breaking down a record like do like that.
Right.
Kind of easy, but really creative at the time.
Right.
But, you know, so innovative. It was like another genius move. You know, I suppose if you analyze something to death, you can dissect it into its simplest form. But, you know, something, you know, I don't see, the more I know, the less I see of it. Like someone just coming with something like that revolutionary, you know, moves and DJ battling, you know.
Yeah.
It's a lot of pattern repetition and speed with scratching, you know, now.
Dope DJs know how to take out snares from songs, knows how to take out, actually could even make a cappella. For an example, Tour de France.
Yeah.
First person I ever seen this, and he showed me is Joe Cooley. We already know, he was just,
right. Yeah.
You know, he just took the whole music out. It just had the breathing. I mastered that motherfucker. Okay. Then I remember he goes, I'm gonna take out the snare. Keep in mind, this is the 80s. I didn't even know what the fuck the snare was until the cap later on.
Yeah.
He had Erotic City. Doom, doom, doom. Boom, boom, boom. He went doom, 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 doom. Doom, doom, doom. And I was like, fuck.
Like creating a new bass line.
You know why? Because this shit was a musical instrument to us.
Yeah.
So if you practice, you could bring out those jams out of those fucking songs. You create your own style. And then eventually, these motherfuckers that don't have a style start biting your shit.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you ran into guys or know of guys that bit your style.
I've seen it. I think by the time that someone else gets it, I'm already on.
Right, of course,
the next
of course.
thing, because you got to expect that if you if you drop something, it's probably going to be regurgitated in some form.
One thing about popping, pop locking. One thing about breaking. One thing about DJing and even rapping, 80s and early 90s.
Yeah.
You would know if somebody took your style.
Oh, definitely.
You would know, okay?
Yeah.
Today, everybody takes everybody's shit.
Oh, yeah.
See, that's what separated the men from the boys back then. Because I could see DJ Rectangle fuck it up.
Right.
Next week, if I see a guy turn up the turntable and put it, you bit that shit, bitch.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, you would know.
You would know.
You would know.
So, and I think that's what made those days, at least for me, better.
Right.
Now, let's move forward. I want to talk about scratching right now. Are you right-handed or left-handed?
I would say I'm right-handed, but I can do
both
different things that I can't do on each hand.
Of course.
And I would see DJs do that setup where they put two turntables on one side.
I know.
That always bothered me.
I'm going to tell you what bothered me.
Oh, right. The reach over.
Get the fuck out of here. Bro, I don't mean no disrespect to anybody who does that, but like...
Hey, if the reach around is your thing.
Yeah. Okay, there you go. That sounds better. Thank you. Thank you for bailing me out.
It's kind of bad as it is, actually, huh?
Okay.
If the reach around is your thing, do it.
Right.
But
okay.
yeah, I know what you're saying.
Okay. Back in the days, scratching was this, or with the click button. It was all in the hand, the motion, like what you talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Today, it just...
Yeah, and DJs some DJs about that.
Yeah, DJs know right now what I'm talking about because now they're just doing this with the record. They're not even scratching. It's just making UFO noises.
Well, it's sometimes it depends though. There can be a way to do it where it doesn't. Like first time I heard, like kind of like hamster style scratches, like flaring and stuff, named after DJ Flair. It's like great scratch, but the first time I heard it, it just sounded like noise because the timing wasn't on. And up until recently, it's like the timing is like gotten better with that. But if you're off a little, it can be with any scratch. If you're just a little off, it loses.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
And I like the old scratches, though. I like just regular transforming. Most of the stuff I do, I like layer some scratches.
Okay.
I think you could get funkier with the original, like transform.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're doing the 3-finger crab or whatever, or 2-finger this, and sometimes you can lose that original funkiness.
Okay, I want to ask you something, and I'm going to twist your arm on this one. Because I'm asking for all you old school DJs to listen in. Back in the days when you cut and scratch and make up shit on your own and it was your style, I didn't have names for them. The only name that we had was transform.
Right.
That was it. Today is like, do you know how to chirp?
Right.
The fuck out of here with
that. I like the new scratches, and I can appreciate both.
Well,
and there are people that can wield them.
Right.
Though, don't get me wrong with this.
Right.
There are people that can get funky with
Of course.
that,
Of course.
But sometimes I think newer DJs are more concerned with the speed that they neglect the funkiness and the sound of it.
Right,
and,
right. And the thing is, I don't knock today's DJs. I just, like, for an example, one guy asked me, do you know what a stab is? Do you know what a chirp is? Do you know what... And I'll be honest with you, I was just like, bro, back then we didn't name our shit.
Yeah.
We just came up with our shit. That was our style.
Right.
The only one that we knew was the transform.
Right.
That was it. Oh, what's a transform? And like, well, I don't know. Do you guys have a different name for it now? Yeah. I just... Maybe the terminology, has changed.
Well, I think what it is, this is the way I look at it.
Okay.
I think... people want to make it more difficult than it really is. You know, the names you're hearing, you're probably talking about are just patterns. You know, that would be a pattern, a style. And I'll break it down. There are only two things you could do with a record, okay?
Okay.
So people might hate on me for this, but it can only play forward or backwards. Okay? That's it. Same thing with the fader or the click switch or whatever you're using that turns the sound on and off.
Yes.
It can be open or it can be closed. Okay? Your hand is probably the most complex thing because you can control speed and you can do a lot more with your hand than you can do with the actual gear. You know? But for the most part, records can only be moving forward or back. And whatever you're touching with on the mixer, it can only be open or closed. And once you get that in your head, things become much more simple.
You know what? Damn, I was just watching you explain that. Yeah. You could be lecturing that, man. Like, I'm serious. I can see you lecture.
I see people doing classes, and they're like making things so much more complex.
I mean, this is something like a Bible study right here, bro. I'm serious. Like, that's deep.
I can compare it to like piano lessons on a DVD or guitar lessons, on a DVD or something. And what they'll do, and I see people do it like teaching. It's like, especially people that have titles,
I know.
They'll do something really simple, and then they'll whip something really complex and not explain it.
Yes.
And it's like, this person, do they really want to teach you? Or, are they just trying to show off at this point? And so many of the earlier instructional things, now there are plenty. People actually can break lessons down into layman's terms where, you have to keep in mind, it's like, you want to go simple, slow, focus on your timing, and then you'll gain the muscle memorization, and then you can increase your speed. But breaking it down like that, really, because if you see someone that's really been working on their timing and pattern memorization, even like a piano recital, it's like people practice that piano recital tons of times so that, it's all at the point. It's similar with DJing and scratching too, you need that muscle memorization.
I'm going to ask DJ Rectangle a question. Mm-hmm. Who was or what was the first mixtape you ever heard?
Probably one of yours, or Dre's, to be honest. I mean, I have to say, you've been heavy influence with, because I didn't know at first. I think you were probably one of the first 4 tracks, like you and Dre that were, and still the 4-track. I challenged someone to make a mixtape on a cassette 4-track.
The timing
today.
Yes.
Because everything, you could go back and do takes, but you had to nail it.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. I mean, you still had to scratch it on time. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But okay, now, man, I'm gonna tell you, mine wasn't 86 in the mix by Dr. Dre. That was in 1986. But let me go back to 7th grade when Grandmaster Flash released a record called Grandmaster Flash on the Wheels of Steel. I don't know if you remember that record, okay? And the very beginning, it's a
1 for the trouble, 2 for the time.
Yes, okay. And at the very end, he did something that like fucking rocked my world. And I didn't know what to call it.
Yeah.
Other than the clap, okay? Cap.
Right.
Do people still do that today? Because
I do.
Because everything's here.
Yeah. I mean, every intro I do that. And, but my stuff, I look at it like, if it's too complex, if it doesn't sound good,
right.
It doesn't matter how well you're doing. If it's not funky, then do something simpler. And
so for a long time, man, I looked like, what was that? Mm-hmm. That little part. Until you know who showed me that? Joe Cooley did.
Yeah.
And he was like, all he's doing is doing this. But to him, it was like, it was old. For me, it was like, it was revolutionary. I was like, what the fuck?
That's pretty dope because you would use the crossfader and the up and down.
Yes.
Solo it, then bring it back, or I really like that actually.
And I like that you just said you could solo it because that's what he did.
Yeah.
Like, tick that gap.
Yeah.
Tick that gap.
Yeah.
Gap, that gap, tick that. Like,
yeah.
And I was like, here's what blew me away. He's using every button on the mixer.
Oh, well, yeah. Yeah. No, I like that. I like that move a lot, actually.
Yes, yes. Today people say it's called the L scratch or the something because it goes like a L.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, bro, we just said up and down crossfader.
Yeah. I wouldn't get into the technical, but I'm learning still. I mean, I think there's more patterns now, hence the variety of the names. But like I said, I still break it down. It's like your hand would probably be the most intricate thing because you can control the speed of the record.
Right.
It's like, and then create pitch with it.
Right.
But for the most part, they're talking like another term is like whether the crossfader is on or it's closed, and they'll call that a click. One click to open or click to shut it. It's like it's just different terminology.
Right. Okay. And when you have the curve button, back in the days for like to control the volume of the fader.
Right.
We didn't have that.
No, there's so many things that are, pretty cool that they exist now.
The first guy, okay, Joe was the guy that I ever seen first use the phone line button for transforming. Okay.
Yeah.
One day, I think it was Run DMC. No, it wasn't Run DMC. It was somebody big performing, and Tony G was DJing. Mm-hmm. And then I heard he was scratching the Peter Piper, boom, ba doom, boom, boop. That one little part. Yeah. Boop, 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 boop. And I was like, what the fuck is that? So I got a better look, and he was using the fader. The first time I seen a guy transform on the fader.
Right.
I thought like, no, it's only the phone line button. Hell no. He was like, boop, 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 boop. And I was like, God, this motherfucker.
It's amazing though what influences you when you're first starting. And some of the things you could look back and you'd be like, okay, well that's pretty basic now. But at the time, like amazing.
See, people like me and you, if I can say it this way, and I hope you guys don't take it wrong, we were turned on by watching and hearing shit like this. Like, we were drawn to it. Today, people say, I want to be a DJ. Why? Because it's cool.
Well, right. Right. I think we were in one store. It's like, we're looking at kids' clothes, and they got a DJ controller with a kid. It's really commercialized.
I know.
But I guess that just means it's more worldwide. Mm-hmm. It's more of a thing. Now.
Okay, if I could say maybe your top 3 favorite DJs of all time, who would they be?
Wowee.
Please don't give me no excuse. Give me names. Okay.
To be honest, it's like, it's people, that just had a big impact on me. I would have to say probably Tony G is one of them.
Tony G is one of them.
He's like the dude that I just saw like transform.
Okay.
I would say Cool Terry from the club I DJ'd in, just because he was really, really popular.
Right.
And the way he was like one of the first DJs that blended songs like really well and kept the dance floor going. That was really, really, cool to me. And the others are just like a combination. I like watching that their bassist DJ actually pretty damn good.
Okay.
Things. Those would be early influences.
Okay.
Greatest of all time. It's tough. It's a tough one.
Okay.
But I can appreciate different things, and I'll get into that because New York DJ is very different from West Coast DJs, especially in the 90s.
Yes, yes.
Over there, have you ever seen a movie called Can't Buy Me Love?
Of course.
Okay.
I'm Ronald Miller.
I can relate to Ronald Miller too. But you know how they had the African anteater ritual, right?
Yes, of course.
Now, the first time I heard
still remember the dance.
I will not ask you to do it. You'll probably knock everything off the table.
But I'll do it the Arnold way. Remember he was doing the Arnold
way? Oh, yeah. There it is. That's when he was already winning, and everybody's like, what? So I compare New York DJs, and this isn't a diss. It's mainly me at the time. I didn't understand it because the first time I heard a tape from New York, you know, they're more about, which I didn't understand it at the time. They throw records. There's a lot of like hyping over it, you know, exclusive
on some Kid Capri bullshit. Yeah,
you know, but all of them were like that, and a lot of them were big radio DJs. It's, you know, it's like, and when I got the tape, I'm like, you know, there's no mixing on this. There's not, you know, the scratching is pretty elementary, you know.
Yeah.
And I always thought, like, the West Coast was putting more weight on, like, 4 tracks by then, you know, like the mega mixing, the intros, just like the word play, I thought really, like, just way more advanced at the time, early 90s. Until, you know, I went to New York the first time.
Okay.
And saw a New York DJ throwing records, not mixing, throwing them, and doing exactly what I heard on a New York mixtape. And it was going off, you know. This guy knew exactly what to play. He knew when to bring it in, and he knew how to hype up the crowd, which is like something I hadn't evolved to incorporate elements of that. So I didn't appreciate it until I saw it. But it, you know, when I saw it, it was kind of like surreal because it was like the African Anteater ritual, you know, the stuff that I didn't get, and everybody's enjoying it, you know.
You said Can't Buy Me Love. I knew that.
Of course, man. We're about similar.
That was filmed in Tucson, Arizona. First time I ever went to Tucson, Arizona. We passed by high school. The promoter was a girl. She goes, "Hey, you guys know that high school?" No, that they filmed "Can't Buy Me Love." Stop.
Oh, you had to go see it.
Yes,
right?
yes, bro. Yes. So, yeah, man, that's dope. Okay.
There's a lot. There are a few iconic '80s movies. So that, you know, you remember those. They're like heavy influence.
Yes.
Karate Kid, Can't Buy Me Love, Star Wars, of course. You know,
of course, Indiana Jones. Back to the Future. So, some of the greatest trilogies ever. Definitely. Okay, let me give you my top 3 most influential DJs to me.
Okay.
I have to back up because I said that Dr. Dre's 86 in the Mix was the first mixtape I heard. I have to make a correction, okay? Everybody out there in the Harbor area, if you're listening, maybe you can help me out because I would love to interview this guy who I'm about to mention, okay? I was in 7th grade. And I heard my boy brought a mixtape, and he showed it to me. And this guy's name, believe it or not, his name was Jasper the Mix Master.
Okay.
Jasper the Mix Master. He was mixing.
It's not ringing any bells over here.
Yeah, no, this was more out here.
Okay.
And he was mixing, like, remember Orbit and the Beat Goes On?
Yeah.
That shit. Some Planet Rock.
That part where it goes, the little drum roll kicks.
Yeah.
And then it hits
the
one.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
And the beat.
Yeah.
Oh, that shit right there. Okay.
Yeah.
He was mixing those. If you're from the Harbor area, please help me out. If this guy's still around, I want to meet this guy. I want to interview this guy because this guy influenced me for who I am today. His name was Jasper the Mix Master. He did 2 mixtapes that I heard when I was in 7th grade. So I would say he was my number 1 influence. Second, as far as DJs that really, really made an impact on me, Joe Cooley was next, and then Tony G.
Yep.
Now, I'm going to say this, and maybe one day we can make this happen. I don't know where we will put them, but I truly believe that guys like Joe Cooley and Tony G need a DJ statue somewhere here in LA.
Yeah, heavy influence.
Okay? If you guys agree, cool, whatever. You know what? Somehow maybe we could put it together, but I would love to have, you know how they have the Hall of Fame for fucking, football players or whatever? We need to have a Hall of Fame for guys like you, bro.
Blush here, man.
You know, I'm just being real with you. Because you have touched the world, man.
Same with you, man. I mean, there's a lot of mutual respect going on here.
I'm just a Mexican kid from Wilmington, homie. I'm no, so, yeah, but those guys deserve statues, bro. But if anybody knows Jasper the Mix Master, to have them contact me or put me in contact with them.
So, do you ever breakdance?
Yes, I did, but I was fucking clumsy.
I was bad myself.
But you know what? I knew how to do windmills.
That I never got to that level.
No, I knew how to do women, and I knew how to do ball grabbers. That's
where
where
a windmill.
Yeah, and you had to go grab your balls.
You got enough, and then you wouldn't use. Yeah.
You had to use your forehead and your legs, like spin your ass, like boom, boom.
That's actually way better. But in Wisconsin, I was pretty good. I could do the moonwalk, and I did this other thing that no person should ever do.
What's that?
The worm.
Oh, the fucking kick worm. Oh my God.
I was good at it though. I
No
thought
shit.
it was really special.
Well, back
until I moved from Wisconsin, and I realized immediately my breakdancing career is over.
Okay,
but don't do that move.
Yeah, but back then that move was dope.
It was. I thought it was cool.
Okay, look.
Thank God I didn't videotape myself.
Look. Let me tell you something. Now, I was just a kid, so I played no part in this, but I saw this happen, and I'm just gonna be real with you.
Uh-huh.
Late '80s. If you knew how to break dance, you would get into punani real quick.
Yes, you would. I think, I'm going to have to say I was in junior high, and I had my first butt pinching after I did the moonwalk.
No shit.
And the moonwalk, yes, I was scared to death of it. I'm like, I don't know anything about it. I like Star Wars and I like video games, man. What's going on? Anyhow, but I could do. Now I'm going to say this to all people that do not know how to do the moonwalk.
Yeah.
And it's like white people giving white people a bad name because they're fucking up. And I'm just going to say you have one toe and one flat foot, right?
Yes.
And you slide the flat foot, then you switch.
Yes.
And you do it like this. I know you've seen it.
Right, of course.
Where people fuck it up. And that's when the flat foot, this toe comes back, they switch, and they do this. Coupled with this move. So don't do it. But I honestly didn't do it. I didn't do it that way. And it even shocked me in the 80s. When I said,
You're like, don't do it.
You will not get your butt pinched if you do it that way. You might get your ass kicked, though. Yeah.
Okay.
That was it, though. I could do some ticking, though. I had a little.
No shit?
Yeah, just that was it,
Oh, that was.
It only goes so far.
Okay. Alex, give us the results to that question. Do you remember the question? Yeah. Go ahead.
The question is, are you a fan of DJ Rectangle? And out of 94 votes, 68% said hell yeah, and 32% said I live under a rock.
Hey, at least they're fans of DJ Rectangle. So, okay, at this point.
So.
Go ahead.
That means I got a chance, right?
Yes,
I
you
got
do.
A chance.
Yeah,
So it's
exactly.
positive numbers now.
Okay, now at this point, my brother, is there anything I didn't ask you? Anything you want to share? Anything you want to come? No, you know what? Let me ask you this last question. What can people expect from DJ Rectangle 2022?
I'm actually exploring mixtapes again and trying. I've always done them, but I'm trying to take them to that next level.
Okay.
Where, it's like in a Avengers movie or something. That's just like
that's dope.
You're listening to it, and I'm trying to incorporate more of those old school methods.
Yeah.
Just because you don't hear it. It's like I compare it to like stop animation. Like
Right.
I'm a big fan of Ray Harryhausen and like Phil Tippett and all those like those old Sinbad movies and
Right.
like Clash of the Titans and
Right.
yeah, I guess it would be like even they had stop motion in the early Star Wars with the AT-ATs.
Oh hell yeah, the AT-ATs.
It's like, and a lot of that like mixtape.
I still have an original AT-AT, by the way.
That's awesome.
Yeah, my grandbabies fucked it up, but I still have it.
No, never get rid of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring it on my next show, bro.
But it's like you're dealing with frame by frame, one word, this, piecing things together to do like really clever wordplay. And what I like about it is that style, like in movies and in mixtapes, it still holds today.
Yeah.
You know, it really does. You could listen to a mixtape, you or I did 20 years ago, and it's still stand up.
That's dope.
And like a lot of the new stuff you hear, it's just, people dragging and dropping shit using Ableton and that stuff. And then there's no DJ element. I like my songs to be cut in. I like there to be a lot of live elements.
Yes.
Mixed with the production. And of course, so much sometimes in the beginning you got to automate stuff.
Yeah.
But early mixtapes, though, I would have a notebook at this time, because there was no automation. You had to mix down live. I'm like, okay, you got to change the level, pan this here, do this, and I have, as the time would go by, you'd have to mix it down live manually.
Right.
And I think it created a feel on the mixtape that, it was just it's hard to describe, but the difference when you hear it. It's not, it's like handmade, not like clinical.
Yeah. Alex, we have a question.
There's a guy that wanted to know about how. Well, I'm guessing the question is, how'd you work with Lighter Shade of Brown on Street Life Remix? How did that come together?
It came together because I had that opportunity because I was DJing for a group called Two Down, and they had a song called Ocean Front. And this is I've probably been 4 or 5 groups that I've did shows with before.
Right.
Warren G and Nate Dogg, but they had a singer on that song called Shiro, which I think you had her on the show.
Yes.
And she was working with Lighter Shade of Brown.
Yes.
And it's like, it was the label at the time I think they did that song on Thump Records. And I just had they were putting it out, and I was given the master, and I just did it. It's like I was getting more into the production. So sometimes the labels would just hand you stuff.
Okay.
I had passed on some stuff I wish I didn't, Yeah. But that's just, who's to tell what's going to blow up and what's not, you can. But that's how that was more like hooked up through that label at the time. I can't honestly say I was like really good friends. Like Funk Dubious, that's my dog.
I had him here recently.
Yeah.
He's full of fucking energy, and I love it.
Yeah. He's got a lot to say, a lot of good stories too.
Yes, absolutely. Look, let me say this, big dog. I would love to bring you back because I said it in the very beginning of our interview. There's so much body of work that you've been a part of, whether it was DJing, whether it was mixtapes, whether it was battle breaks, whether it was production, just so much. We couldn't cover it all. So I tried.
Well, I think there's so much with the DJing. I respect you, and I was influenced by you heavy. So it kind of.
Thank you, man.
Coming back to that, because I'm interested. You're going through the same era of hip hop as I was going through, and just music. Period. Even freestyle, hip hop. There's and that natural progression where you're getting into production. Though I think we shared a lot.
Yeah,
and that would be just a whole another topic. Yeah. Some of the people you've produced and worked with, and I could share how things like, the first song I did with Sun Dubia, Funk Dubious, I managed to put Daz Dillinger on the track. There's a song called Papi Chulo.
Papi Chulo.
And so I put them together. Sun didn't know Daz, and it just, it worked out like that. But so many other stories with production. I know you have a ton of them as well.
Yeah,
it's a whole nother.
When people tell me, "Oh, I was influenced," it's very fucking humbling. And sometimes, if I could, maybe this is the wrong word. It's embarrassing sometimes because, you're just a kid practicing in your bedroom.
Yeah.
Years later, somebody saying, "Oh, I was influenced by you."
Well, because most of it is nerd life, man. You're sitting there alone.
Yes.
And staying up until the sun comes out, trying to create something that, to you it sounds magical, and then hoping it translates to other people.
Is there such thing as a tough nerd? Because maybe that's me.
I think you can get toughened.
Okay, that's me.
You know, when, you know, because you're pouring your heart into your material.
Yes, absolutely.
And then sometimes, you know, people really like stuff, or some people like different things.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay.
Hey, can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
All right.
He's a fan. So
Yeah. My question is, do you think mixtapes now are horrible?
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Like what they
compare mixtapes today to mixtapes back then.
Well, I think, in my opinion,
Yeah.
there are people that do it. Like they'll do something and drag and drop in like a program like Ableton, and you could tell there's nothing behind it, you know.
Okay.
Like it's not like a hand someone spent. You could tell when someone really spends a lot of time on something. I guess it just sounds rushed to me, and people do it because they're using it as a tool to promote themselves,
Right.
instead of the way I think you and I took it, where you wanted to.
Right.
The records are. It's like painting a picture. You know, the canvas is the tape. The records are the pastels,
Right.
and you're actually painting a picture, taking your time and picking different colors or different records if you're going to compare it like that, and you're really putting something unique that becomes to me it's a piece of you, and it's a piece of art.
Yes.
Whereas I see more often, you know, people just picking the hot, most popular songs, throw them on a mixtape, mixing them well. You know, I mean, it is what it is, but it's not what I think we do.
No, you know, I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
I truly believe that one day, not only mine's, but I think yours. And I talked to clientele from the World Class Record Crew because he's a part of that Universal Hip Hop Museum.
Yeah.
That they need to put our mixtapes in there, bro.
No, that would be well for the West Coast sound. I have to say, I'll say it again. Since late '80s to this day, it's like the West Coast, and I don't want to discredit. There are good DJs out there that do make, you know, good mixtapes, but over the entire period of where, you know, I could say hip hop started becoming accepted and known, you know,
right?
I think, as far as the West Coast mixtapes, we have the likelihood of it being one of our mixtapes, because I don't want to diss the people. There are good DJs that make mixtapes, but, you know, I think it's more sporadic. Like, you know, this year I made them, but through the years, and then especially in the early stages of mixtapes, I mean, I think there's a heavy influence on there.
Yeah. Go ahead and ask the next question, bro.
Okay, Saint West dropped $20, and he said, "Ask Rectangle about producing the song Get Wicked by who writers? Who writers?
Get Lifted, yeah.
Okay, Get Lifted by who writers?
Get Lifted.
Yeah. No, those guys. It was just I was working with someone that worked for Delicious Vinyl that actually hosts.
Okay.
He had an offshoot label called Southpaw. Orlando, I'll give him a shout out there.
Yeah,
and we're working on a new battle record together too. So
Orlando?
Orlando, Aguian.
You know what's funny? We used to call him O.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's him. Okay.
Okay, yeah. And so
That's
he
dope.
actually hooked me up with them. I did a bunch of songs for the Who Riders, and it was more when I'm just getting my production out. But
Rick, do me a favor.
Yeah.
If you get a hold of O, I want to talk to him. I want to bring him here.
Okay.
That man has a lot of history.
He's been there, I mean, from Delicious Vinyl days.
Yes.
You know.
Please.
Yeah, I'm sure he's got some stories.
Yes. I met him in the 80s, like, because of Steve.
Oh, okay.
I met him with Young MC and Tone Loc.
Right. So they
so
were
you-
on the label he was
Yeah.
he was at. He was on Delicious Vinyl.
And I remember it was so funny. I remember one story that Tone Loc was like sitting right here. O was sitting right here. That's the way I know him from O.
Oh, okay.
And Tone Loc was sitting right here, and he was drinking a 40 like at 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning. Like
Orlando was?
No.
Oh.
Tone Loc.
Oh, okay.
He like a 40 of Old English. And he was fucked up already. And I go, hey, yo.
At 10 a.m.?
Yeah, I'm like, you think you could like spit on this? Yeah. So we had a 4-track. So then Orlando goes, hey, are you going to put Wild Thing? I'm like, well, yeah, we're going to play the instrumental. He's going to rap to that.
Okay.
That was 88 booming bass.
That's crazy how that turned out.
Yeah.
So it was just a situation.
Yeah. So he goes, really? He goes, you put the instrumental? I go, yeah. He gave me the instrumental. I put it on there. It's already laid down. He's going to rap to it. It's okay, cool. And I go, you know what's funny? You know how you should do that video? And he was like, tell me.
Oh, so you gave him the Robert Palmer idea?
Hold on, bro.
Now this is interesting, actually.
That's why I want to bring.
That's like an iconic video.
This is why I want to bring him on, because I said like this.
Wow.
He said this. I go, Robert Palmer had a song, Simply Irresistible.
Yeah.
You guys should do that shit, just like that, black and white. And he said this. That's pretty ESP of you.
Because we were already going to do it, right?
No, you know what he said? We already did it.
Really?
Orlando, if you're watching this, or you're going to watch it, you're going to have to clear that up, big dog.
It sounds like
yes.
I was a lot of coincidence there.
I was a teenager when I said that. Honestly, big dog.
I keep it real. I'll give you his number right now. I'll say it on the show. No, I got it right here.
No, yeah, honestly, give him a call. I want to have him on, big dog.
I'm sure he'd love to come on.
Yeah, hell
the
yeah.
Stories from Delicious Vinyl that he has. I mean, there must be so many other things.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Those were big groups at the time. Tone
Yeah.
Loc. I have one instance with Tone Loc because I was on a show called Talk Soup.
Okay.
And
I remember that.
I was just a guest on that show, and Tone Loc was supposed to do this rhyme about, it was all politics.
Mm-hmm.
And he wouldn't do it for some reason because the rhyme, I think it's like they wrote it about, the GOP and all this. And it was just like a tongue twister. And,
right.
For some, like I said, I had the deadly combo.
Right.
Nerd listening to Anthony Robbins, right? And I'm like,
that's the modern day Joe Osteen. Go ahead.
I'm like, you don't want to do it? I'll bust it.
Yeah.
So I rapped it. Actually,
you did?
I did. And I'll show you the clip of that. But I rapped that. But that's the one instance where I was,
wow.
I saved Tone Loc by rapping for him.
There you
True
go.
story. I wouldn't say I did it better than he would have done it, but I did.
But you did. All good.
Yeah, she saw the video. It's kind of cringeworthy, but it is. It's
Cringeworthy, he said.
I
Damn.
can laugh at it.
Okay. One last question. Your favorite battle record? Please don't give me well, Tony, I like all these. Give me one record. Give me your favorite mixtape that you created.
I'm going to say by the time I had the first ones were really simple. I just wanted to put some of the most common breaks on.
Right.
Because, when you practice over and over, you burn the records. So
right.
I just wanted to practice on my records where I put the samples of the dope stuff. And I didn't have it down at that point.
Right.
I made it in a garage on a 8-track, the first records, a couple of the first ones were on a 4-track, And then, but by the time I got to a record called Ultimate Volume 2, if you can find that record, that's the one I still go to because it has all the stuff you would use.
Have you ever thought about repressing it, or you just don't feel there's no money in it?
No, I might do it. I have a record right before the zombie apocalypse hit. We made a record. I actually was doing it with Orlando, and we were going to put it out, but then I think either whatever you use, Rainbow or whatever, they shut down, and because of this thing going on,
right?
And we had to. It was hard getting the stampers back, but I have a couple test presses, and that's one of the things I want to do this year.
Okay,
is release it, but I do have a new battle record, and I made it similar to that, but it just has all of the most useful samples on it. Like it's a complete library.
Dope.
All the dope stuff you would use for a mixtape, or if you're doing a song, or just what sounds cool. Because not everything, it may be something cool, but it may not sound cool when you're cutting it.
Okay. Okay. So you gave us your favorite or your most favorite.
That would be
battle record.
Ultimate Volume 2.
Okay.
That one, it's like a double vinyl, and it's got a ton of stuff.
your favorite mixtape, that your favorite, not the one that sold the most, but the one that your favorite, if you have one.
It's a toss-up. There's one called OG Style. I think it may be one of the first ones I used under DJ Rectangle.
Okay.
Past the tape deck pause mixes that I only listen to myself for good reason. And Vinyl Combat, just that. And it's mainly because Coolio did an intro. He did something on there. And then just the songs, everything out at that time was really good. Like you could look at a label. If it was like Death Row or Bad Boy or like Def Jam.
Right.
I mean, it was like the hit rate for a hit on those three labels was so good. And even the album cuts were good at that time. Early 90s, though. But those two, OG Style and Vinyl Combat, the first one, probably still.
Now let me ask you this. In case a fan wants to know, do you still have all your, like, say somebody shows up to your house, Rectangle, do you have mixtape 1, 2, whatever?
No, I don't. Because I was really working hard on getting my stuff in every store.
Okay.
And getting heard, and from day one, I would always just give.
Same here.
Until I'd be out. And
Same
some
here.
of the stuff I wish I still had. I probably have, like, there might be a couple I'm missing. I think I may have a one copy. And that was the transition from tapes to CDs. I think in the LA area, I was one of the first to put them on, to make that jump from tape to CD.
No, you were.
Yeah.
Because I never did that shit. The only time I ever made it from tape to CD was like in 2006, somewhere around there.
Right.
So yeah, man. Other than that,
one more question.
Go ahead.
Hey, what are you listening to right now? Like, what's DJ Rectangle playing right now on his radio? Like, I mean, I know you have your stuff, but like, who's right now popping in your, who's in your playlist?
Is there anybody out there that you can brag about? Like, I'll be bumping this guy, bump this guy.
I gotta be honest. I like proper enunciation,
okay,
wit, and intelligent rhyme. And a lot of the stuff that's coming out, like now, I can't exactly relate to. From a humor standpoint, it's awesome. Because now you got gay rappers. It's like, it's a gold mine for hilarious shit. And that, I can appreciate that because you can really put some zingers in the intro.
I mean,
Yeah. But, that I still think Ice Cube, in my opinion, one of the greatest rappers of like all time to me.
Yes.
And I like, for East Coast, I still think KRS-One. These people had a big impact on me.
Okay, my favorite rappers from the East Coast, I got to cut you off, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
KRS-One, Rakim.
Rakim, incredible.
To me, when I think boom bap, if I live to be 100 years old, I'm 53, I'll be 54 next month. If I live to be 100 years old, somebody says, "Sir, what is boom bap?" I will give him the BDP Criminal Minded album. Okay, here you go, son. Yeah. That's it. What is West Coast gangster rap? I would either have to give him the first Eazy-E album, in my opinion,
right,
or the first NWA album.
Absolutely.
That's it. Here you
because
go.
Dope Man was incredible.
Yeah. So.
But one thing I have to say, Ice-T was
of course
influential, and I mean you cannot mention the West Coast without mentioning Ice-T.
Right? No, absolutely.
That dude did it.
Of course.
In the beginning.
You're absolutely correct. And then they say, "Sir, where did it all go wrong?" And then I will hand them a Little Nas X album. That's just me. Okay? That's me. That's where it all went wrong.
Yeah, it's taken a turn, like especially in the 90s. Like dudes wouldn't even, they wouldn't say like they would go down on a chick. Like that was like
I know.
not a lyric you would say in the 90s. Now, dudes are talking about going down on other dudes. And it's wrong.
Yeah.
But I'm not knocking it. Wrong for me, I should say. All right, there's gonna be someone.
It's wrong for me because you two will fucking take my ass down, but it's wrong for me too.
I would just say it ain't my thing. Okay, I'll correct myself.
Yeah, it ain't
I'm
my
not gonna
thing.
Say that.
Exactly.
If that's what you're gonna do, knock yourself
Exactly.
out.
If you want to play hide the sausage, that's on you. So, Alex, where are you when I need you? Okay.
Right.
Anyways,
if you're gonna DJ and you want to do the reach around,
you want to do the reach around?
Go for it.
Yeah, go
There
for it,
it
homie.
is.
It's on you. Other than that, DJ Rec, I want to do a part 2 in the future. I hope you're down. Other than that, where can people go if they want to purchase maybe merch? If they want to listen to your. I know you're on all platforms, as far as your mixtapes or.
Well, if you go on Instagram, there's a link there. You click it. Everything I've ever done is in there. You want to download it, listen to it, analyze it.
Yeah. Okay.
Go for it. It's all on there.
Now Rick. A lot of people may not know that me and you have been talking about this interview for a long time.
Probably over 2 years.
Yes, and you were like, let this COVID bullshit pass.
Well, you called me probably like
in the middle.
No, it was like a week. I did a show in Thailand. Yeah,
Okay.
In Thailand, then I went to New Orleans, and then right after that, they just did this 2-week shutdown. It was like, and then then it sounded like everyone's gonna die. Everyone's dying, like no matter
Zombie
what.
apocalypse.
And then you reach out to me, hey, you want to come over here? I'm like, I ain't going anywhere. Everybody's gonna die. By the way, I love you because I know you're gonna die. Just let me get it in right now. And then finally, but yeah, it has been a long time, and I'm glad. I'm really glad.
No, I want to thank you for being here, bro.
This is the first time, just for everybody, that we've ever hung out, and it's shocking because the same, I guess, paths that we were both riding through LA with production, with mixtapes, and even the people we were working with, from Steve Yano to Lonzo to
Orlando.
To Orlando, to the same distributors, to everything.
Yes. Yes.
It's like almost like a parallel universe.
Yes, absolutely. Man, you know what? I want to thank you for being here, bro. Honestly.
Thank you for having me.
It's truly been a pleasure. Truly been a pleasure and honor to DJ talk with you. Me and you could just sit right here across my chair and go like, back, what that?
Oh, all day. You ever get anybody say, I just want to watch you make a mixtape. I want to,
You know what?
ever get that? Because
yes,
they have these channels.
Yes.
What people don't really understand is it's no different. The same way other people make a mixtape. There's only one way to do it.
It's only if you know how to do it. Yeah.
Sit there and
yes.
To make what sounds like our type of mixtapes.
But you know what they think? It's the same way when you say, hey, I want to go to the studio with you.
Yeah.
Bro, it's not a fucking party. It's work.
No.
It's not a fucking party.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You know how they have these channels on YouTube that are just like rain or, mood things for people white noise for people to fall asleep.
Right.
Like, I think I would video myself making a mixtape and people would use it
to fall asleep
because it ain't exciting at all. I mean, I dread it. It's like I'll sit there and stare at a computer and just, how it is, man. And you're just sitting there trying, experimenting, and for every minute you hear, how many are thrown out? For one, by the time a mixtape is done, they're about an hour long, right?
Right.
How many hours of stuff didn't make it,
I know. Yeah. No, you're absolutely right, bro.
Yeah.
Other than that, you want to give any shout-outs to anybody?
Right now, actually, I'm just really happy to be here. I'm going to just leave the shout-out to you. Because heavy influence in my DJ career and the style.
Don't make me fucking cry, homie. But yeah, so she's got a shout out, right, big dog?
Okay. There's
a list of people I could, rattle off. A lot of influential people. I'd like to thank Warren G.
Okay.
Nate Dogg, rest in peace. That, just Lonzo, a couple people helped me make my first record. Lonzo helped me make my first record. That was good. And so all the people we were talking about from Tony G, we share that.
Yes.
Yeah. Kind of makes him, not many people, if you don't know about Tony G, you need to.
Yeah, you need to.
Do a little research there.
Well, you know what? Guys like Joe and guys like Tony and yourself, I'm going to say this because I know you shared this a while back on your page.
Yeah.
Documentaries need to be made.
Oh, yeah.
Documentary needs to be made about DJ Rectangle, Tony G, Joe Cooley. So.
Yeah, I mean, just the places and where we,
absolutely,
kind of stomping grounds. My first club, I think it was a warehouse, an ice warehouse. They converted into a club.
Wow. So with that being said, let me give a shout out to Wisconsin and San Diego.
There you go.
Yeah, Wisconsin and San Diego. So other than that, I want to thank.
I'll give a shout out. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
My old breakdancing crew, which went nowhere. And I'm glad it didn't go anywhere, or else I may not be here today.
Yeah.
I'm glad everybody was so much better than me when I got to San Diego. I realized that was not for me.
Okay. Can you still bust in? Can you still do the kickworm?
I don't want to lose my teeth.
Okay.
I probably could.
Okay.
I'd have to go to the dentist immediately.
All right, everybody. I am completely buzzed, and it is official. And let me give a shout out to my boy Alex Cervantes Enterprise, the guy that who's on the ones and twos. If you guys need a smog because it is smog season, there's not a smog that he can't fix because he could do it in the mix. Other than that, let me give a shout out to my son B. Scanless, who helps me promote this, and he goes around punking people talk shit about me. So I'm gonna give a shout out to my son B. Scanless, and let me give a shout out to Anthony the Hip Hop Jedi, once again, who always uses the Force inappropriately. So thank you. Other than that, tomorrow, dining with the Wizard with my homeboy. Okay, and Sunday, 2 Chicanas, once again, verse for verse, because Raza's got talent. Okay, once again, and I said that first. So if you say that, Raza's got talent, you buy my shit. Okay? And if you buy my shit, you a straight fucking buy this. All your homeboys are bodies. So now what's up with that punk? Anyways, that was a fucking quote from B Street. So we out of here. DJ Rectangle in the motherfucking building. Thank you, my brother. You'll be back. We'll be drinking. I don't give a fuck if you haven't drank for years. You'll be So thank you, my brother. Hey, brother. God bless, okay? Keep winning. Follow DJ Rectangle.
You got it.